Krista, what a day yesterday it was. I mean, how did it go for you?
It was fun. I had a great time. I was really excited about it. Teaching is my jam. So I
Amen.
yeah.
When you were teaching in your school career, what grade were you teaching? What grades?
I taught third grade for 6 years. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. We got some folks commenting here, some returning folks. This is awesome. Pull this up here.
I think today's gonna be even better than yesterday.
I agree, and just because I had the sneak peek at what you've put together for our audience, um, I think what I loved about it the most was we're picking up right where we left off right away yesterday, and I think that's like the action item gap that sometimes people experience when they're learning a new concept or a new framework or a new way of doing business. So looks like we got some folks tuning in. Um, I'm getting the green light that we sound good, we look good. That is awesome. So I'm going to get right into it. Krista, you okay with that?
Yeah, let's roll.
Awesome, awesome. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. If you are a new visitor of High Level, let's say you found out about us on Facebook group, social media, one of our advertisements, a friend or family member shared with you about us, welcome. We're glad to have you. We host these 3-day workshops for our community and for those that are looking from a distance on how they can leverage high-level software, strategies, frameworks from some of the best in the industry that we bring on to our stage here on the 3-day workshop. And our ultimate goal here is to enable our community, our user base, with new ways, whether it's through snapshots, through courses, through frameworks, or just best practices on how they can leverage high level for themselves, their business, and their customers. So today's day 2 topic is part of a bigger topic, which is the Brand Authority Accelerator. And the next 3 days, including today here, we're going to help you become the obvious choice in your market by the end of tomorrow, day 3. And Krista Mashore, who's a veteran in this industry, if you Google her, you look her up, she'll share a little bit about her story here shortly. She's been there, done that in different capacities. And what she's sharing with us is hopefully going to allow you to get out of maybe your comfort zone of maybe not promoting yourself online as much as you want to. Maybe you've been thinking about promoting yourself or a product or a bigger initiative you're working on. And all of her support and her curriculum is going to give you the fuel to do so. So day 1, we went over the ABC strategy, which pretty much, and Krista will go a little bit more in depth on her recap on this, but it was pretty much the why and the how you should be thinking, why you should be doing this, why it's valuable to you and your audience, and then how do you go about starting to get it done. And then today is broken up into several different parts, but we're going to be touching on our customer avatar, demographics, the psychology around it, identity marketing, and then some action items to bring that together. And we're going to run this till about 2:30. We're going to run this to about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are a pen and paper or digital note taker, feel free to do so. But we have a jam-packed day for you. Krista, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here to be with us.
Thank you, John. I'm excited to be here. So your time was really valuable, everyone. And I think we should just get right into it. I think punctuation is awesome. And so because of that, I don't want to waste time. I hate when I go on those, trainings and there's like 75 minutes of people, telling their life story. So I don't want to waste your time on any of that. So kind of just to recap a little bit about what we talked about yesterday, you can get access to any of our workflows and automations. And I'm going to kind of show you like everything you're going to get if you decide to take the free trial for Go High Level. We have a lot of freebies and promotions for you that, oops, let me see here. I think what you guys are, no, you're going to get access to. Why isn't this working? There we go. Okay. So you're going to get our authority funnel snapshot, which I'm going to be talking about all today. We're going to show you exactly how to use it, how it can help your business, what it can do for you. So you're going to get that snapshot, which is done for you. And funnels are my thing. I've done, close to just under $60 million in 6 years, and it's all through funnels. So we're going to be getting you access to those snapshots, which is exciting about that. We're also going to give you access to, this thing is not wanting to do as much for me. We're going to get you access to earn the right to ask. We're going to show you exactly how we run ads. About 99%, that's not an exaggeration, of all of the marketing that I've marketed has been from Facebook. We've spent millions of dollars marketing on Facebook. We're going to get you access to our ads training on Facebook and show you exactly how we run our ads and tell you exactly how to do it step by step. We're also going to give you access to our swipe folder. OMG, you're going to have access to our swipe folder, which is awesome. We're going to be giving you our secret foundations to getting started on video, how to feel confident, how to record video. We're also going to be giving you our bots. We've got an ideal client bot that's going to help you really figure out who your ideal client is and all the messaging around that, as well as the content creator bot, which you're just going to put in some, it's going to ask you some questions, going to generate help you with all of your content. And you're going to obviously get replays of this training as well. So, and also a value creation workshop training. We're just going over the top with all of our free bonuses for Go High Level. And Stop Chasing and Start Attracting workbook. And feel free to follow me on any of these channels. We do a lot of marketing. So you can go ahead and click on that and it will give you access to all of our socials, because we love to educate. As you know, this training is all about education is key, and we are educating like crazy. All right, so day 2, the Brand Authority Accelerator, super exciting about that. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So I want to tell you something to be thinking about today. So there's a story about the British row team. And the British row team was basically, they had not won Olympic gold since 1912. And in preparation for the 2000 Sydney Olympics, what they did was they developed a success filtering question. And what they would do is every single question that they would, any decision that they would make, they would base the decision based upon this one question. It was this: would it make the boat go faster? Would it make the boat go faster? So every decision that they made, they would ask themselves, hey, should we do this or not? And if it didn't make the boat go faster, then they probably wouldn't do the thing. If it would make the boat go faster, then they would do the thing. So every decision was based upon that. For example, should I eat a dozen donuts tonight? Would it make the boat go faster? Probably not, so they wouldn't do it. I don't feel like working out. I'm so tired. But if I work out, will it make the boat go faster? Yes. So then they would do it. So the reason I'm telling you about this is because I want you to think about your own success filtering questions. Okay. So as you're looking at, and I'll tell you what, I want you to understand, as a business owner, I could talk to you all about funnels and all these great things that you're doing, all about workflows and how amazing Go High Level is. But if you don't get your mind right, none of that will matter at all. So I want you to come up with your own success filtering question. I want you to ask yourself this question. If I was to do that thing, if I was to listen to somebody who's built multiple $1 million businesses, somebody who's spent over $1.5 million in the past 6 years with their own education and knowledge, would it help me if I actually listened and did some of the things that they were teaching? So as you are seeing and going through this training today, I want you to have a success filtering question for yourself and ask yourself, would it make the boat go faster if I did this? Is that fair? Okay. Would it make the boat go faster? And believe it or not, this is just as important as everything else I'm going to be teaching and talking about, because if you can't get this right and get your mind right, you will not be able to get your business correct. Okay. So again, just to kind of reiterate, I do take my education very, very seriously. This is me in some rooms with some very high level people that I've invested. All of what I'm going to be teaching you about is stuff that I've learned from them, from being around them, which I'm very, very grateful for. As you can see here, over $1.5 million in personal growth and development to learn this stuff, which has led to some amazing things in my life. For example, it's led to me to getting 3 SaaSpreneurs from Go High Level, right? Which was super exciting. I love that. It's led to me being on some massively huge stages with thousands of people. And it all started with my mindset. So let's now go over what we covered yesterday. We talked about the sales cycle yesterday, right? That was a huge part of what we did, the sales cycle. Remember, all of these aspects of the sales cycle work together. You need to think about marketing, which is the backbone behind any business. If you market appropriately to the right audience, you will attract higher quality leads, but you still have to nurture those leads, right? If you nurture those leads, then you're going to have a much more opportunity to convert those leads. And then you have to get them a good result so that they'll refer you, or they'll want to come back and they'll want to continue to ascend with you. So my gosh, my thing is like not working very good today. And remember, all of these go in unison together. All of these go in unison together. So if you're missing aspects of your of the sales cycle, you're missing aspects of your business. And I want you to think about value as marketing and ascension. Okay, that's where value comes in. I want you to think about, we need to build belief as we're generating leads and nurturing leads, belief in themselves that they can do it, and belief in our product. And I want you to think about the trust factor of it as getting conversions and getting results. Okay, that's important to kind of recognize. We also talked about our ad strategy yesterday. We're going to be going over that again today in much more detail. We also went over, I'm so sorry, this is not the funnel strategy as well. Remember, all the stages of a funnel. Problem aware, right? People are, they want to sell. They're open to marketing messages. They're ready to do something. They are open. They're looking. Okay, that is problem aware marketing. Then we want to think about exposure, which is brand awareness, capturing leads, right? They see you on Facebook, YouTube. They see your marketing efforts. They see your content, your social media, your paid advertisements. Then we've got solution aware. That this is when now they know there's a solution out there. Now they start researching different things. They researching questions. They want answers. They want help, right? That's a solution aware. They're open to marketing at this time. And so at that time, we need to educate people as much as we can. We need to educate our prospects during this time because they are looking for answers. So how do we do this? We do this through our videos, our funnels, our landing pages, ebooks, newsletters, free resources, free tools. Now, the next step is now they're vetting and verifying. Who should I be using, right? Who's the person that I should be using? They're looking for that go-to trusted resource. They're looking for that expert, that professional in their field. And then lastly, we get to the decision-making part where now they're like, I want to make a decision here. And how do we do that? Well, through your seminar, your VSL, your community funnels, your sales pages, your workflows. That is where that will come into play as they're making the decision, which again is their final action, and they're taking action to continue to want to move forward. So that was what we covered yesterday, and that's the awesomeness about how much I love sales funnels. And then also we want to be able to make sure we have happy clients so that they refer us. We want to make sure we've got a program that works well. We also learned yesterday about lead magnets, right? What are effective lead magnets? How can you use lead magnets in your business? We learned about video marketing, effective video marketing. We learned about the monetization multiplier, which is basically how do we reach more than one person, and how do we have our systems and processes do more than just what one person can do so we can take ourselves out of the business and have our business work for us. We also learned about ideas, like how do we give them free stuff to make them wanting to ask for more, okay? If we give too much, if we ask too much too soon, we will lose them. We have to earn the right to ask, right? And what we give away must be so valuable that they want more of it. Do not listen to people when they tell you, don't, what's that saying? I forget the saying. I'm went out of my mind, but the idea is you want to give them, your free stuff needs to be so good that they want to pay for your stuff that they're paying for, okay? Also, having a system and a strategy is crucial for success. It's not the tactics, you need the system. Tactics change, they disappear. Strategies and systems you can always adapt. We learned about trust being king. The more financial insecurity in a market, the more trust that you need. This entire process, especially now more than ever with everything we have going on, how much marketing messages there is, how much competition, you need to have a high trust factor. And if you do that, you're going to earn the permission. You need to earn the right to ask. That's the whole idea behind that. So again, we can earn the right to ask when our marketing is in play and when we do really good at nurturing. That's how we learn the right to ask. So today, anytime you come up with a $100,000 idea, I want you to write it down and then answer this question the entire day. Will this make the boat go faster if I do what I'm learning here? And remember, I'm going to say something. There's never better to learn from somebody that's the person that's done the thing that you are trying to do, okay? 6 years ago, brand new into a whole new industry, right? I left being a top 1% real estate agent to be a a coach, had no list at the time. Nobody knew me outside of my individual area, had no idea about what a funnel even was. I'm like, funnel cake, oh my gosh, like what is marketing? No clue at all. And so I have been able, based upon educating myself, listening to people who have done the thing I was trying to do and modeling what they've done, along with the accountability and the support, has helped me get there. So I want you to understand that it doesn't matter where you're at in life, where you're at in business, this can work for you if you decide to work it, right? Things do take time and things do take work. So as long as you're willing to work, this can happen for you as well. Okay. We
And
also
Krista,
learned, yes.
if I could just jump in here,
Yes.
thank you for going over the recap. And, these are great bullet points for those, like, if you were here yesterday, these bullet points really hit on the main point of each slide and the content that Krista went over. But if you're just tuning in here now, we have a page dedicated to the replays. So if you didn't get to stay for the whole event yesterday, you can go to Krista Mashore's replay page. We'll include the link below here for you, and watch the replay, whether you watch it at 1.0, 1.5, or 2. It's important that you grab that information from a whole perspective, because there are a lot of smaller nuggets here that are not being mentioned as well. And as you start grabbing day 1, day 2, that foundation will get built up quick, and you should start having everything you need to start doing this on your own. Krista, we touched on yesterday a little bit about your story, and you shared, like, if you would have knew what you know now sooner, you'd be obviously where you're at now quicker. For someone that is joining us today, and they hear from friends, family, or others that are doing social media marketing, brand awareness marketing, why should they consider implementing brand awareness marketing in their day-to-day now more than ever?
Because branding is the backbone behind any business, right? Whether you're selling an information or a product, whether you're your own product or service, people, you need to have a presence. You need to give people a reason to want to purchase, right? And so especially now, yesterday I was talking to John, and I said, hey, why would people spend $7 million for a 30-second commercial, just for the commercial, not even including what it costs to put the commercial together, for 30 seconds? Brands that we know and love, like Pringles, Google, all these huge brands, everyone knows who Google is. Why would they do that? Because they understand the importance of attention, because attention is currency. The more eyes you can get on you, the more you will make. It's funny because that's the slide right now. The next slide is attention is currency. That is the next slide. So that's why it's so important in when it comes to our business, is people need to know who we are, right? We need to be able to escalate trust. We need to be able to, and the more financial uncertainty in a market, the more trust is needed. So it's very, very key. Okay. So we're going to show you today how to escalate trust. And John, you don't even know this, but your question is so perfect because it's going to answer it right now. Why is this so important right now? Why do we need this right now? Okay. Why do we have to escalate trust? Because it's getting more competitive right now. It's more challenging to gain and hold attention from potential our potential buyers, right? It's getting harder and harder. Competitors are lowering their costs of what they're offering. People are not taking action as quickly. Buyers' expectations are out of whack right now. It's a volatile economy and it's scaring people off, right? What used to work isn't working any longer. You have to completely differentiate yourself and have an unmatched value proposition. And so that is what we're going to be talking about. So if you're like, take a screenshot of this really quickly. This is going to no, just decline. This right here, if you go to gohighlevel.com/Krista Mashore offer, it's just going to help you get access to all the workflows and everything if you so choose. So I wanted to make sure I showed you guys that really quickly. I went over what all the bonuses were earlier. Somebody keeps trying to get access of our screen and it's going right in the middle of mine.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
McQueen is doing that, and it's making it to where I can't change my screen here.
Okay.
All right. So there's more competitors and they are dropping off, obviously. So I'm trying. Sorry guys, people keep doing that and it's like making me not be able to push my button. Again, buyers are wanting more, which means we just need to give more, right? That's all that really means. It's a volatile economy. That just means that we need to get a bigger piece of the pie. We need to educate more. Conversion equals trust, right? But trust does not start at the conversion phase. Trust starts with your marketing, right? The more that you can market, the more you're going to start developing trust. So really quickly, true or false? It's now easier than ever to get attention, to get eyes on you. True or false? The answer is it's actually true, right? Facebook has got a lot of users on there, and Facebook is the best place to do it. But I want you to understand something. Because there are so many platforms, it's never been harder. Because there's so many different platforms to get attention, we have to be very cognizant about how we're actually capturing attention, okay? So again, conversion equals trust. So it starts at the conversion spot. So you have to work the system by getting a brand awareness strategy. And that's what we're going to be talking about now. Again, this, you're going to earn the right to ask. And this right here is our earn the right to ask Brad strategy blueprint that we are going to be going over right now. So this ad strategy framework that I'm going to be showing you, I taught this in front of about 6,000 people at a marketing conference, and I just kind of want to show you what you're about to kind of get into right now. Let me just do this, and as I share, I want to make sure that
Hey, Krista, I just want to try something really quick so that way, if there's any interruptions on your end, I can fix it now. Give me one moment. In case you disappear, I could bring you right back.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Could you, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you. Okay. That
Okay.
should fix what you were dealing with before.
Okay.
Why don't you try to reshare your screen with your audio and see if that fixes everything.
Do now is show you exactly how we've done this kind of business so quickly, differently. I want to talk to you about before the funnel. Okay, can we do that before the funnel? Okay, all right. Because we want them to get to our funnel, we want them to convert. And I know what I'm going to talk to you about is probably different than what you're used to, because I haven't seen a lot of people do it, but it's so important. So important. Okay, so do you know there are 59,300 business coaches in the US, right? It takes 18 times to get somebody to actually respond according to Sales Hacker. 18 times. And you get between 5,000 and 30,000 brand messages every single day from billboards, TVs, and emails. So we have to make an impact. We have to break through. We have to give people a reason to want to click.
Now that's what this whole entire training is going to be about, okay? I'm sold on these strategies. I created my first lame video and ran an inexpensive Facebook, received 20 leads, and they keep coming in. I want this to be you. I didn't think I'd see results so fast, but you're right about video. 3 new clients this week, all because I've been the top of mind expert. They see me online and thought of me when they needed help. If these people can do it, you can do it too. Understand this. Attention is currency. Okay, so let's talk. I'm going to be going over the different phases of how to run ads. Now, listen, if you've never run an ad before, do not stress. I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step blueprint of how to do exactly what I'm showing you if you decide to take your free trial. We're going to show you how to run the ads that we've done that have generated, you know, what you see behind you and that have helped us be top of mind. It's not difficult. It's just different. So don't stress about that. You're going to get a step-by-step guidance on that. Okay. So the first phase that you're going to be looking at is phase 1. On phase 1, this is the reach objective. All right. So this reach objective gets you in front of as many people as possible so that you are able to build authority. That's what the reach objective does. And on this objective, you get video views, right? You're saying, I want people to see me. I want as many people as possible to reach that I'm trying to go after. I'm going to use video reels. I can do reel style videos. I'm going to address people's pain points. I'm going to give them information. I'm going to be entertaining. I'm going to be valuable. This is how you are going to start building your audience at a much more affordable price. Okay. Phase 2 is a video view objective. Now, this is when you're saying people that watched this first video and the people that I reached originally, I want them to see me again. It's called retargeting. All right. I'm looking for people who like to watch videos. I'm going to give away something for free, low barrier to entry, little commitment. Maybe they could join a Facebook group. I'm going to give them a free PDF, a free funnel, something to eat that's easily digested. And it's not very long. It's like quick and short. Okay. why am I doing something for free now? Why am I not asking them to opt in? Because I still have not earned enough trust to expect them to give me their contact information. I'm still dating them. Remember the analogy from yesterday. So what content is best for here? The best performers are content that you've used before that people were commenting on, they were liking, they were engaging with, right? That would be something that would be great for you to actually use right here, right? Something that will get them to take action. You can use videos here, you can use images, whatever you want. Now we've got phase 3, and that is, again, you're retargeting people from phase 1 and phase 2 that watched videos 1 and 2. You're saying, okay, let's watch these again. But the good thing about this now is Facebook has learned what you're interested in. So now you're starting to generate some cold traffic because they understand, they're learning your audience, they're learning who's watching, they're learning who is taking more action. So now you're also getting some cold traffic in here that Facebook says, hey, these people would be great people to also put in front of your content, okay? Now with phase 3, we're asking for a little more commitment, a stronger call to action, okay? This is your opportunity to invite your audience into your indoctrination process. My indoctrination process could be a book, an ebook. I do virtual events every single month, okay? I will drive traffic on this phase to a webinar or to a 3-day event. That's what I'll do on phase 3. Here's some examples of what you can do. Like phase 1, can AI actually replace you? Watch this free training. Phase 2, want 4 new clients a month? Join my free Facebook group. Phase 3, over 15 hours of coaching, sign up for my free virtual event, my virtual event, right? For $47. So notice, what I want you to understand is that most people start with phase 3. And that is why their cost per lead, their cost per acquisition is so high, because it's expensive now to market that way. So you want to start engaging top of funnel, right? And with each engagement that you're making, you want to build rapport. You're giving them the exact piece of information that they're looking for, and you're moving them further down your funnel. That's what a funnel is. Attract at top. They have interest, educate, and then finally convert. Most companies start with the conversion phase. Give me your information. Go to my webinar, go to my VSL, go to my training, download my thing. You want to earn the right to ask first. Now, here's an example of us helping somebody with this, and their cost per lead was just about $70 on average, okay? After doing this strategy, their lead cost was $21.67. Now, that is a significant difference. It's almost more than 3 times better than the first. And again, they actually acquired the lead, okay? I want to explain something to you. So back when I first started running Facebook ads, and this is with every platform, whether it's Google, YouTube, you've seen significant increases in cost per click, cost per lead, right? You've seen significant increases in the cost to acquire a customer, the CPL, the cost per lead. Why? Because people are getting privy to how marketing, okay? So the old ways that we used to do it, one thing, selling low ticket, right? The old ways of doing it, driving traffic directly to a webinar, directly to a VSL, directly to a book, directly to a webinar, a 3-day event, it is skyrocketing. This strategy will save you a significant amount of money because you're earning the right to ask. People know who you are. You know what they're interested in. So you're putting more content in front of them that they're interested in. Remember the sales cycle, and that's why your costs are going down. That's why it works so well. So I just want to make sure that you understand that as to why this strategy does work so well, okay? So here's an example. Reaching 567,000 people, 1,000 clicks, 1,000 engagements, right? 133 hours of watch time, 80,000 people reached. And look, this is like luxury picnics and gourmet artisan, charcuterie. It works for a lot of different businesses. Here's the best taco restaurant in town, 198 hours, reached 105,000 people from this exact strategy that I just showed you right there. Okay, now let's talk about how do we make sure that we can get more people to where we want them to go, right? Automation. Here is an automation of something that we'll do through Go High Level. Now, once people opt in, then I can now start sending them in my nurturing campaigns, as you see right there, I can send them nurturing videos. I can send them authority videos. I can send them community videos, marketing videos, testimonial videos. The goal is once you acquire somebody's contact information, you take them off of the platforms and you put them onto your own list and into your systems and into your workflows, because you own that now. And then you're not stuck with being at mercy to these different platforms. Also, now that I'm doing retargeting, well, what kind of things can I retarget? I can retarget, again, case studies. I can retarget common myths, testimonials, how-tos, VSLs, explainers. Okay, here's some examples of different types of retargeting and nurturing ads that we've done. Remember, solve a problem, number one. Create a video around it, or create an ebook or some type of PDF that's going to help them. Once I identify who is watching that top of funnel, then I'm going to retarget more videos similar to the first one that I did, or more content similar to the first one that I did, because I'm putting the content in front of the people that I know are interested in it. Okay. So here's some examples of that we've done. Here's some examples of our people that we've taught this strategy doing the exact same thing, right? I want to put more information in front of people that are interested in the very first thing. Here's 5 deep dives to skyrocket your high ticket offer. How to master high ticket conversions. I did not start with that. Like, notice you're seeing, I'm starting with that. I'm sorry. Here's free video training. It's free, right? I'm not asking them to download or click. And why am I not asking them to download or click? Because people are less likely to until they know who you are and you're giving them a reason to want to. Okay, so now let's talk about how to create ads that convert. Okay, number one, literally speak to your ideal client. I need to make sure that I'm addressing the right people when it comes to my ads, right? I want to make sure I'm putting the right content in front of the right people. Next, I want to make sure that you've got bold colors, you've got graphics that are appealing. Look at things that are bizarre or rare. Having moving parts is really important. You want to stop the scroll. Now, this is important whether you're doing something for free or whether you're doing something paid. You want to always take these types of things and think about them when it comes to your marketing, okay? Again, just like we talked about yesterday, the focus of all of yesterday was serve, not sell, value, value, value. The more value, the better, okay? Also, having a quick call to action will help you with conversion, making it a very, very clear, obvious call to action. Book a call, download, join a Facebook group, call this number, go to a website, scan a QR code, DM, comment. You need to literally tell people exactly what to do. Remember, earn the right to ask before you ever ask somebody to pay for anything, okay? So,
Krista,
yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I could interrupt you here. So our audience varies. We have marketers that are starting out, whether they were doing traditional marketing, they were doing point solution marketing, and now they're in the high level ecosystem, using everything all in one. And they have clients that want more business. They have clients that want to get from where they're at now to be where their competition is. How, if somebody doesn't want to use this for themselves, let's say they don't want to market themselves, how could they go about packaging this information or presenting this information to their clients to educate them as their trusted advisor? And what is that? Like, obviously they can't do a 3-day course, 2.5, 3 hours a day. The customer won't allow that. But like, where do they start with just educating their clients?
This is a really good question. So I've literally taught this strategy to thousands of different entrepreneurs, like not even exaggerating, thousands of entrepreneurs over the past. I've been doing this as soon as Facebook came out. This is a strategy that I implemented 15 plus years ago. Like the second Facebook allowed advertising, I learned how to do this. But I was being taught differently. And I thought, this is like, it doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, why would I just ask somebody, like run a conversion ad or run a lead form ad? People need to know who I am first. So the best way to do it is to like pick one client or do it for yourself, and then utilize like the reach objective, the video views objective, like, and show how much engagement you get, how much hours you get, how much watch time, and then show that to your client, right? And the nice thing about this strategy, everybody, is that it's very easy to do. Learning to do a conversion objective, unless you're using Go High Level and UpX, right? Because Go High Level has some Facebook training in it, which is amazing, and they're even getting better. I've actually asked them, can you add the reach and all this in there? So they're hopefully going to be doing that. So you don't even have to learn it on your own. But it's so easy to do this. Like, this is a very simple strategy to employ. And once people see like the watch time and the engagement and the hours viewed, it's very easy to prove to people that it works. I just noticed that I'm frozen again.
It happens from time to time. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I figured you were going to get on it.
They noticed that it works really well. So whether you're experienced, I mean, people like, this is how I started back when I was a real estate agent. This is how I started as a coach to coach real estate agents. A year ago, I just launched a new business called the $1 Million a Month Model, where I teach entrepreneurs and experts and coaches this strategy. And this is how I launched it. And this is how I teach them, right? And I've noticed that no matter what business I'm in, this is the quickest way for me to scale, because, and it's even more important now than it was when I started, because the cost to acquire a customer has increased so much.
Yeah. And like, when we get into, that's, so essentially, if you're a marketing agency, your customer wants brand awareness, whether they directly say it or they don't say it, they know they need something. So empowering them with the knowledge, the strategy is important. You showed a few slides before that you heavily use High Level to fill in your list, to fill your list up with new people. Sometimes like there's different opinions around building brands and brand awareness and marketing. Essentially, if I'm listening to this for the first time, essentially, correct me if I'm wrong, I just want to grab the attention of people, let them know that I could solve the problem that they're dealing with and make it easy for them to communicate with me. And then once I put them into my High Level, I can use different features and functions to stay engaged with them, right?
Absolutely.
And like you had mentioned retargeting, and you had mentioned, these funnels and these different setups that you have. Are you seeing old lists come back to life with new videos, or are you seeing old lists come back to life because you're just messaging them? Like, where do you see your reactivation come in?
So we do all of it. I mean, we do it all because I'm a more advanced company, right? So it's like we do everything, but you don't have to start with everything. So like, we love Go High Level's texting feature. We utilize it. We're utilizing artificial intelligence right now through Go High Level to communicate with people, which is very easy. We've integrated Zappy Chat into that. We're like, so part of the bots that I'm going to be giving you, I mean, it's artificial intelligence that we've built, like our own bots with all of our information that I'm giving you, that all of it is through Go High Level. So like, we've incorporated everything over to Go High Level, and it's not hard. So I want, a lot of you might be getting a little bit overwhelmed, right? And so I always tell my students, appreciate overwhelm, because it means that you're growing. If I'm sitting here talking to you about something you already know, you should be like bored and jump off. You want to learn about things that you don't know, but like, how do you before you can walk, you have to crawl. Before you can run, you have to walk. You start slower. But the nice thing about what I'm showing you is, number one, we're going to be giving you our exact workflows, our exact email sequences, our exact funnels, all of that you can just plug and play, and Go High Level will help you make it your own, right? And it's not like going to be super, like, I'm not saying it's like so easy you could just, it doesn't require any work. It requires a little bit of work. Of course it does. But it's hard in the beginning and then easy forever, or easy as you go. It's just a matter of learning it. And like I said, I'm not that technically savvy. I'm not. I have to work harder at it, but Go High Level has made it very easy. And if you're somebody who maybe started Go High Level like 3 years ago, I'll tell you, it was a little clunkier 3 years ago. They have come so far in the past 3 years. That's why we've moved everything over to Go High Level. And we continue to find more things that we could move over to save our company money. And it's all in one place, but they're obsessed with making it easy, like integrations, making it to where it doesn't, like, they've worked out all of their kinks, if that makes sense. And so it's like if you tried it 3 years ago or 2 years ago and you're like, oh, it was hard, it's not anymore. So just know that they're obsessed with making their technology easy and being the number one platform, and you can do it. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
And I appreciate you sharing that, Krista, because sometimes like we get into the why behind what we're doing, and then we say, well, I could do videos all day long and I could post till 15 videos a day. That's not the problem, but I'm not getting conversion. So essentially what we're going over now and what we'll be going over tomorrow is how to increase the conversion how to amplify it with paid advertising, but how to also have the organic. Is
Both of
that
them will
fair?
be in there. We'll be talking
Perfect.
about both of them. And that's this whole thing is like, you can create content all day long, but if nobody sees it, why waste your time? This
Thank you.
strategy is, and I tell my students all the time, don't record a video and do all these things if no one's going to see it. Like, how these algorithms work are the only people that are engaging with you are people that are, you already know. Like, they're already engaging with you, liking you. It's like your mom, your dog, your friend. You want everybody else that's your client, your ideal client, to engage with you. And that's what this strategy is teaching you how to do. So
Awesome.
this is more tactical, and we also have a lot more strategy that's coming up as well. I was trying to hit it
Thank
hard
you.
with some tactics today.
Absolutely. Thank you
Right?
for the context.
No, you're welcome. I love it. So obviously use case matters. If you're driving traffic to a sales page, you want offers all over it, right? If you're actually making an offer. So be careful with what you make sure that before you ever ask somebody for something, before you're moving in them to ask for download, buy this thing, make sure that you understand where they're at, what you've done before, or you'll never get them to want to purchase. Okay. So some philosophies are make an offer, have a call to action on every single thing that you're doing. And I don't agree with that. Okay. Some philosophies, now what I do agree with is you have to give your audience something to do and tell them what to do, but it's not always to purchase. It can be, hey, watch the next video. Let me know if you have any comments. Let me know if you have any questions, right? It doesn't have to always be for an offer, okay? Now, subtle selling. If you'd like more information, send me a DM, reach out to me for X, Y, and Z, right? I have this free thing. That's subtle selling. You're still selling, but you're not selling for them to purchase. Makes sense? Direct selling is make an appointment, purchase my product, hire me. You're asking for the sale. That's a direct, okay? You want to have one or the other, depending on where they're at in your sales funnel or in your pipeline, in your workflow before you ask. Remember, keep educating. We need to be reminded more than we need new information. Repetition is mastery. You've got to keep educating people. And know this, not everyone is seeing your stuff all the time. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep educating them. Okay. So how do we outreach to leads? We got to make sure we're following up. That's workflows through Go High Level. That's artificial intelligence, right? That's DMs. We want to make sure we're outreaching to Facebook comments, people who are sharing, people who are liking. Now, one thing that Go High Level has, which I love, is they have a portal where from all your different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, organic traffic, paid traffic, where you can respond to people. I will tell you what, you are losing. I got to say this, I'm sorry, it's totally out of reach, but most people will come to me and say, I need more leads. And I'm like, nope, you don't need more leads. You need to learn to do something with the leads you already have. You need to have systems and workflows in place that engage with the leads that you already have, the customers, the clients, all of that stuff. That's what most people need. You need systems and workflows in place to engage with the leads that you already have. That's what you need. Before you start paying for traffic and doing and creating all this content, make sure you've got your systems in place. I cannot say that enough. But that doesn't mean to spend 3 months getting your systems in place and you've got to get the ball moving. Okay, so here's some examples right here of that, right? Of showing how we're following up with people. Okay, we're finishing up day one. Hop on, one last 100K. Aha. Use this funnel strategy and blueprint to take over your neighborhood. This is us using the texting feature. This is us utilizing the different things that Go High Level has. Okay. So that is definitely a $100,000 idea. So write that whole section down because it's really important. Also, tagging. Do you know who wants what? Is your content relevant? Is your content speaking directly to them? If it's not, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. Okay. So just as we showed yesterday, as you're doing these workflows, as you're doing this marketing, make sure you are tagging people. Here's an example of the back of Go High Level, right? Where it says like book launch opt-in, 3-day path to profits promo, 3-day path to profits lead. I know, like, book a call. They purchase VIP. They're in general. I know who people are. So then I can take these people and I can put them on a workflow. Again, you might only have one tag to start off with. And as you start to get more experienced, you can start to add additional tags. It's not difficult to do. Now, this is very important to listen to this, okay? The best marketing has all of these components, and I'm going to explain what each one of them is in a minute. They have recency, relevancy, proximity, they're ongoing. They've got some type of influential or influencer. There's conflict and it's strange. Now understand this, you're not going to be able to have all of these aspects in every single aspect of your marketing, but you want to try to have some, okay? And this includes having that in your hooks, your headlines, your ads, your stories, your emails, all of your copy, your messaging, your funnels, your workflows. All of your marketing efforts should have some components of this. All right. So I'm going to explain what each one is now. So recency, as recent as possible. Think about the news. People pay more attention to what is happening now than 3 weeks ago. Okay. It's what current is important. What's recent. Think about you and what you're interested in. Okay. Relevancy, personally meaningful. Have it speak directly to your ideal client. So example, would the marketing for Harley be the same for Volvo? No, it's not relevant. Harley is like motorcycles, Volvo is like, granola type people. Totally different markets, different messaging, different everything, okay? Would the marketing to a retiree be the same as to a college grad? No, completely different. So it's important to know who you are. The next one is proximity. Okay, think about a murder. A murder across the country, you're like, oh my gosh, somebody got murdered across the country. That sucks. In the same city, somebody in our city got murdered. On the same street, you are like at the window, looking at the police, talking to your neighbors, calling everyone, wondering who it is. Okay, so the closer to proximity, the better. Also ongoing, stories that are still in progress. They're dynamic, they're evolving, they're happening now. People want updates on, okay? Like think labor, sports, races, competition, election. Like when somebody's in labor, you're like, okay, how they doing? What's happening? Have they had the baby yet? Sports, like that's why people keep score. All right, you're watching the race. It's important to you. Influential and influencer. Include prominent people like celebrities, authorities, local popular people, mayor, popular restaurants, popular people that are influential in the space that you are utilizing. Opposition or opposing views, opposing ideas, people, different opposing ideas, opposing people, views, philosophy, sides, religion. This attracts attention when it comes to marketing. Okay, the examples are Democrat versus Republican, good versus bad, hero versus villain, left versus right, freedom versus security, justice versus mercy. Okay, also strange, old, unique, rare, bizarre, something that's outside of the norm. People pay attention to. Think about like the like three-legged man, or think about the two-headed people at the when you're going to the circus. Okay, so again, recency, relevancy, proximity, ongoing, influential, influencer, opposing views, and strange. You want to have as much of that in your marketing as possible in all of the different aspects of your marketing, right? From the hooks to the workflows to the funnels to everything. Again, you cannot have all of these in everything, especially in a hook. There's no way in a hook that you're trying to capture somebody's attention in 6 seconds that you can have all of these, but you want to have as much of them as you can. Okay. All right. So let's look at paid advertising. When you're doing paid advertising, look at market research. Where are your competitors marketing on? Go into the Facebook ad library. Look at who your competitors are. How long have they been marketing something? If they've been running an ad campaign for 2 months, chances are the ad campaign's working. So you can emulate and model what they're doing. Don't steal, but emulate, right? Pick your platform. What platform is your audience on? Okay. You should know that based upon their demographic, their age, their gender, their interest from the client avatar research that you've done. Warm them up, right? You want to make sure that you're warming them up with your paid advertising with free value, and make sure that your targeting is correct. Again, all of this means that you need to know who your client avatar is. So creating ads that convert, you're speaking again to your ideal client, you're addressing a problem or a want so that they're saying, hey, that's me. You're giving them value, something that they're interested in, and there's a clear call to action, what the next step is. Remember, make sure you are earning the right to ask. You don't want to ask for things too soon until you've warmed them up, okay? So again, speaking directly, solving a problem, high value, closer to their dream outcome. engaging and entertaining if you can, make it fun, and invoke curiosity. How do I get them wanting more? Remember the training that we did yesterday? We talked about, we talked about the big picture and how can I like solve small problems to get them wanting me to help them solve more problems. Okay. So again, when we talk about speaking directly to somebody, that's relevancy. All right. I'm speaking directly to somebody, then it needs to be relevant to them. Same, those components go together. So let's think about this. Question statements. You want them saying, yes, that's me. Okay. Are you stuck up at night with hot flashes and night sweats? Notice I'm having that problem now. So that's usually one of my examples. Okay. Question statement. Tired of working 9 to 5 and making someone else rich? Wanting to buy a home, but afraid of the interest rates? Right? They're like, yes, that's me. Tired of running ads that just aren't working? Okay. Ever feel like no matter what you eat, you're always gaining weight? Unfortunately, that's me too now that I'm going through menopause. Wishing there were more options to XYZ. You want people saying, yes, I do. That's me. She's talking to me. I want to lose weight. I want to stop having hot flashes. I want to quit wasting money on ads. Okay. Are you all over the place in your business and no systems and processes would help you be more profitable and save you more time? That's most of you. Most of you need go high level. I will tell you that. Like that's most every business that I've talked to is having that issue. Okay. So that was the first one, speaking directly to your ideal client, addressing a problem. You've got to make sure you understand who your ideal client is as you are doing that. Okay. Now let's look at if-then statements. If you've tried blank, insert what it is that you're going to help them with on your own and can't insert what their problem, I've got a solution. Okay. Again, why does this work? The if-then statements, because it's recent, it's relevant, and it's ongoing. Those are all recent, relevant, and ongoing when you do an if-then statement because it's happening now. They haven't been able to afford it in the past, right? And it's relevant to them. Okay. If you're stuck in a, sorry, I have a mistake there. If you're stuck in a dead end job and are tired of making someone else rich, then you'll find this interesting. Okay. If you have tried every diet in the book and nothing has worked, then this is your meal ticket. No pun intended. Right. All the other gurus are telling you to do open houses. Here's why they don't work. This is being controlific or controversial. Now, this is a new way of marketing, right? Another concept. How can you be controversial? How can you be prolific? How can you go against the grain? Okay. You're being told to do webinars. That's so old school. Here's what you need to do instead. Everyone's telling me to do webinars. What do you mean? Running YouTube ads suck. Stop right now. You're wasting your money. What? Right? Keto diet is horrible for you. Do you really think eating fatty foods is sustainable for a healthy lifestyle? The answer is no, it's not. All right. Again, stick around to the end. If you go to KristaMashore.com/GHL, we're going to be giving you our 7 levers for 7 figures training. This is a training that I did in front of massively high-end masterminds, like 3 or 4 of them. Our client avatar, ideal client deep dive workshop. We're going to be giving you access to our $1 Million Month Model ebook and audio, and also our Stop, Snap, and Switch ebook. So go there for some fun, some fun goodies. Okay. Again, creating ads that convert, speaking directly to an ideal client, addressing a problem that they have. Again, why does that work? Because it's relevant to them. All right. That's how you're going to have more conversions. The more you speak directly to somebody, the more that your marketing messaging speaks to them and it's relevant and recent and you understand who they are, the more conversions you will have. All right. Also, the more results you're going to get them because you're putting your content in front of the right people. The more results that you get, the more people are going to want to ascend and refer you. They all go hand in hand. Okay. Lastly, remember 80% of your ad spend is in the first few seconds of your marketing. So you've got to answer or say exactly what it is that your ideal client is thinking. The last section that we just did, as far as relevancy, frequency, and all of that will help you do that. Okay. So now you've got to ask yourselves these questions. What do they desire most? If I need to speak directly to my client and say exactly what they're thinking, I need to know where they're at and where they want to go. Okay. A good ad is going to show what the end result can be, where they want to go. What is their end result? Don't just feature on the benefits. I'm sorry, don't just feature on the tactics, feature on the benefits. How is this going to help me? Okay. For example, aren't you ready to feel good in your clothes? Are you ready to buy a home and start creating dreams for your family, a true place to call home? Tired of paying such high cost per lead? This is why your ads aren't working. What now? What do they fear most? What do they not want? A good ad's going to show how to avoid what they don't want, what they don't want to happen. That's what a good ad's going to do. Okay. If you don't stop eating so much, you're going to die early. I don't want that. By using a good skincare line, you can shave 11 years of wrinkles off of your face. Let me give you guys some really good examples about marketing and believability, okay? When you say something like 50%, 25%, people are like, it's too even, okay? Even if it really was 50%, which usually it's not, you should say 49.7, 49.9, right? Go under what the actual number is. Because when you say things like 25%, 30%, 50%, 75%, people are like, that's not realistic. The brain is thinking they're not being honest with me because nothing is usually just a true, even like 10x. It's usually like 10.2x or 9.7x. So just think about that when it comes to your marketing, because it makes a big difference on conversions. Okay. Did you know that hiring the wrong agent statistically can cost you? Put in very specific amount. Okay. Without a good CRM, you are losing leads and a lot of money. AKA is why you need go high level. Working every weekend and late at night is going to end your marriage. All right. Wow. Things you don't want. Okay. Now let's talk now about, this is something that I learned from Sabri Subi. It's called Sell Like Crazy. And this is an example of marketing as education and the transformation cycle at like its fullest effect. Okay. So when you educate people, you're actually expanding your lead pool. And here's why educating actually expands your lead pool. Just like Subi Suri explains, really, really great in his book, Sell Like Crazy. It's called the larger market formula. Okay. And what that means is that only 3% of people are ready to buy now. Okay. 17% of people are in the gathering of information mode. 20% of people are actually problem aware. That means they know I've got a problem. And then 60% of people are not problem aware at all. So what this means is that the real money in your marketing is in the 37% of people who are saying, hey, I'm kind of thirsty. What should I drink? Right? And they're either gathering information, which is 17%, or they are aware that they have a problem. Okay. That's 37% of the population. So to reach that 37 to 97% of people who aren't ready to buy now, but who could be very ready very soon, we have to keep educating them. This is what most people don't understand. They don't focus on this. And that is why this philosophy, this brand awareness, this marketing strategy works so well. So when a prospect isn't informed, or when they're not knowledgeable about a subject matter, they're in an uncertain state and they're not in a buying state. They will not buy. But the more that they know, the more likely that they are to buy. So if you're educating them, right, you're also making sure that when they hit the buy stage, that they are more likely to buy from you because you're the one educating them, you're elevating your authority, you're helping them, they're solving their problem, and you're adding trust to them. And what happens now? You become that go-to authority. You become the go-to trusted resource. So remember, only 3% are buying now. 17% are in the information and the gathering stage. 20% are problem aware. 60% are not. So if you're having trouble and running into any of these issues, like you're stuck, you're not generating leads, you have no momentum, you're not booking calls or appointments, you're having fewer sales, the reason is because you're focusing on the tactics that only speak to the top 20% of your market, the ones that are ready to buy and the ones that are in the information gathering. You want to make sure that you're also going after the other 40%, right? You want to make sure that you're going after people that are ready now, people that are gathering information, people who know they have a problem, and people who are educating themselves. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, I want you to really understand that this is why a lot of people are not doing well. And this is why educating is so important, because you become the most valued. You're building their belief in you, in them, and in your own expertise and in your own business. Okay.
I just
That
want to
is,
pause.
uh-huh.
Absolutely. I just want to pause here for a second. If you're listening into this, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, go ahead and just comment below. If you understand the strategy, if you're understanding the why behind what Krista wants you to do, and how you should be going about it, and how you should be looking at it from all different angles, just go ahead and comment below if you're tracking along with us on that. If you're not, if you have questions, if you're unsure about something, please include that as well in the comments. Type in Q and then the question or the clarification you may need, because as we get into the end of day 2, we do want to jump into some of those Q&A questions around some of the content that maybe you need additional support on. So jot that down below. We'll be looking for that. And Krista, appreciate you. Right back to you.
And I definitely will have time, I think, today to like save 30 minutes or so for answering questions if we have them. So be sure to do that, because I know it's a lot, but I really want you to understand, like, I think of the huge aspect of marketing. And I'm just like obsessed with marketing. I'm definitely, it's like one of my funnest things to do is marketing. And so I do a lot of research, as you can tell, on it. And I test things. So let me give you an example of how important marketing is. And one of the ways that we've been able to average, we've averaged about $1.3 million a month, every month for the past like 42 months in a row, average, right? Some months we've done 4 million, sometimes we've done 300,000, but it's been an average over the past like 42 months of 1.3 million. And that how I've been able to do that is by optimizing my marketing. So every month we'll do an event, and we use Go High Level and their systems and their workflows to fill the event. We use it part of our ads. We use it all our funnels. And we optimize one thing each month. I'll say, okay, this month we're going to change this. We're going to tweak this. We're going to change this. We're going to optimize this. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes it doesn't, right? But if I don't always think about my marketing and optimization and what's happening in the market, and there's these little tweaks, my business would be stagnant, or quite frankly, would start to fail because of, ad fatigue, market fatigue, and all that. So it's a really important aspect of marketing. And what we have found that has helped our business, and I'm in one of my businesses is to real estate agents who are in one of the hardest times right now. And the fact that we're still, staying alive and doing well, it's because of the marketing efforts and really understanding who our clients are and how to utilize the systems and processes to still stay in front of them. So it's a really big deal. And a lot of people don't take it very serious, right? And that's why a lot of people, their stuff doesn't work. Okay. So was that good, John?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit it right on the nail on the head here. So I know you got jam-packed more to support it. I'm listening here.
So the more you educate people, the more value you add, the more valuable you're going to come. So the idea is, like, I want to become more valued. I want to attract the right people that are going to want to work with me. And I'm going to show you now exactly how to use this. So we're going to be giving you an example of an authority funnel. Okay. So this is what an authority funnel is. An authority funnel is basically, this one here is specifically towards agents. Agents feeling defeated, fighting to prove you're worth it, chasing leads, who ghost you after they've taken all your advice. You're still not being seen as an expert. Watch this quick video. Now, this is an authority funnel. And what I can do to here is, let me see here, see what's going on there. Awesome. Okay. Yes, this is it. Perfect. You guys can see that, right? Okay. So this is an example of an authority funnel. And again, we're going to be giving examples of this to your people when they buy our workflows. But this is something where I'm driving traffic, whether it's paid or free, giving free information and free advice, talking to them about video text messaging, just helping them and adding value. Okay. There's just a couple of videos on here on this page. Again, high value, no ask, right? Now, some of you are thinking, Krista, I don't have all these, these videos. I don't have all these things. I didn't either at the beginning. Now, notice at the very bottom, after giving all this information and value, right? They didn't have to opt in to get here. I just drove traffic to this page after they've engaged with me. I'm helping them, help. getting them to know me. And then at the bottom, at the very end, I'm inviting them to go to my Limitless Listings workshop. But they didn't have to do anything to get to this page. So before I'm asking them to opt in, I'm saying, hey, would you like to go to, here's information, here's why you should opt in. Small ask, high give. Okay. I also have my free PDF of my Sell 100 Homes. I got my free Ultimate Lead Gen playbook here. Okay. I've got my audiobooks here. Now you're thinking like, wow, Krista, why would you give all this stuff away for free? Okay. Because I know the law of reciprocity. I know that if they're like, man, if I can get people to read my book, if I can get people to opt into these types of things and listen to me and consume me, they're so much more likely to want to buy my stuff. Now, one thing I tell you about this page I don't agree with is I would not ask for the last name here. Remember we talked about like lower barriers to entry on this funnel, the authority funnel. You don't need the last name. You should just ask for the first name. We might be saying, well, Krista, why wouldn't you ask for the phone number on this page? Remember, because I want to make it easier for people to say yes to me, right? The lower barrier to entry, the less that I ask for, the more willing that they are going to want to continue to get into my workflows. And you really don't need their last name when you're doing your marketing. Now, however, if I was doing a sales page where I wanted someone to get on the phone, I would have asked for the phone number. Does that make sense? So think about what you're asking for and why before you ever ask it. So kind of let's get more into an authority funnel.
And Krista, you had went over this yesterday early on about the top of funnel, getting enough information so that way they feel comfortable giving little by little. And I guess just to confirm here, really, you're not really worried about their full name, their address, and all that because you're planning on engaging with them anyway, whether it's through your conversation AI, an email, maybe pushing them to another information page or a video where you'll then ask them again if they want to learn more.
Yes. So top of funnel member, what we're doing is we are just giving information and value. We are earning the right to ask. We're trying to identify who our client avatar is. We're putting the right information in front of them. And once they show interest, we're saying, okay, I don't want them to have to click or give me any information because people are less likely to do that. So once they show interest, whether they comment or engage, or if I'm running a paid ad, right? I know they've watched, I can either retarget if I'm running a paid ad, or I can just utilize AI through Go High Level once they've started engaging with me and automatically send them something free, automatically drive them to my authority funnel, drive them to any type of workflow automatically without me having to do anything at all after I've set it up. And so I don't need all of their information. Now, there's going to become a time where I do need their information, and that is once I want to get them into my ecosystem, into my actual Go High Level account, I'm going to need to at least have their phone number, their name, just their first name, and their email address, okay? I don't need to have their last name. It's the more things I ask, the less likely they will give it. So the idea is you don't really ever need their last name, I don't think, unless they're buying something from you or taking a credit card, then you need their last name, right? Then you need their address and all that stuff. So just remember, the more you ask, the less they will give. And you need to earn the right to ask for more. And that's the whole strategy behind this brand awareness campaign is it's not just about branding, it's about converting. Because the more that I can get someone to trust me and position myself as the authority through adding value and education, the more likely that they will convert. That's the whole idea. Was that helpful?
Absolutely. And the conversation continues, and after they get to know, like, and trust you, they're going to give you everything that you ask for, whether it's an appointment, whether it's a phone number, whether it's another email, or whatever the case may be. We just want to get them in our ecosystem so we can two-way.
Yeah. And remember,
Awesome.
When I first started 6 years ago, I hate exaggerating, but I think the research showed like 12 times. You notice that when I showed you that little quick snippet of me on stage, it said 18 times. It's like 47 times now. So that's why it's so important to really educate people. And remember, during the trust factor, during times of economic uncertainty, the more trust is needed. This is helping you generate trust. So if you're having trouble generating leads that are high quality and you're having trouble converting, this strategy is perfect for you. And perfectly, I think it's perfect for everyone now, because it's just getting harder and harder to just acquire a customer. And that's why systems and processes and workflows are very important in your business. Let me make this smaller so you guys can see it. Ooh, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that you guys don't have any black lines on there. So this should help you. Okay,
Awesome.
so
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, John. So what this authority funnel do, remember it's unlocked. There's no opt-in needed. Obviously the page is pixeled. Okay, so you're earning the right to ask, and then you can utilize your ad strategy that I showed you earlier, where you can start targeting and retargeting. And remember yesterday we learned about bridging the gap. Your authority funnel bridges the gap from where somebody is to where they want to go. That's what's so good about it. It positions you as the authority. It establishes credibility, and it gives them binge-worthy information, views while you snooze. And I have to tell you something. When you are able to correctly identify a problem that somebody's having, and somebody says, like that's me, and we're hitting all the marketing points like recency, relevancy, proximity. That is when people will binge watch. Okay, that is why people will binge watch. So the next phase that we're going to be going over a little bit later is identifying your ideal client. Avatar is very, very important, okay? When you have an authority funnel, you become the go-to trusted resource. There's less friction, there's less resistance, and right now people have resistance and friction, and that's why this authority funnel works so well. I want you to think about the Nike effect, right? Like they're everywhere. You see Nike everywhere. You're serving, not selling. And also, I love utilizing the authority funnel anytime I go to a Dream 100. So for any of you that don't know what Dream 100 is, that is where you utilize somebody else's audience. I'll give you an example of Dream 100, okay? Right now, this is an example of Dream 100, okay? Go High Level has been gracious enough to put me in front of their audience. So now I'm getting the exposure of Go High Level's audience, which Go High Level would be like my Dream 100, right? There are people that I would love to be able to partner with and work with because I trust them and respect them. So they're putting me in front of their audience. Now, let's just say Go High Level was, hey, Krista, you can't offer anything. You can't offer anything at all, but you can give a free resource. My free resource would be the authority funnel. I give the authority funnel because on the authority funnel, I'm adding value, I'm serving, not selling, I'm helping, I'm educating the audience, which then in turn is going to make them want to go out and do more research on me to where later on I could get them to opt in. We use the authority funnel for that all the time. And so for a lot of you this is kind of off topic, but for a lot of you that, let's just say you might be, making small offers, it's really hard to make an offer until you really have earned the right to make it. So giving something free that's high quality first, like the authority funnel, will help you convert later at a much higher rate. It might take you a little bit longer, but you'll convert significantly more. And that's what the authority funnel will do. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Also, what's also great about the funnels and the workflows within Go High Level is you can use it. You can build it once and you can use it in so many different ways, right? So for example, I'll build a funnel and then I'll take that funnel, I'll copy it, I'll change a few things and I'll make it speak directly to my client avatar. So let's take a look at that. Let's just say I've got a client avatar and they're, I've got one that's maybe age 40 and one that's age 50. They're a little bit different. I could say, I could have almost all the same information and just change one or two things on my funnel by just copying it very simply within Go High Level and saying, hey, are you in your 40s and you're experiencing XYZ? And then I'll copy another one and just say, hey, are you in your 50s? Because remember, the more content speaks directly to somebody, the more it will convert. So that's also another great aspect about the authority funnel is that you can do that. So again, so here's on the authority funnel, looking to buy or sell, unstoppable agent. Again, high value, small ask, right? In this little small area here, as I showed you when I clicked on it, all of this is high value, high information about video text messaging, telling them how to get leads, right? This is information about, I'm not even sure, but the profitable toolkit here, high value, and then small ask at the end after I've earned the right to ask. Again, you already saw this. Again, we have examples of our book on there, free resources, just tons of free, valuable information, small ask on the page. Now, this is a great example of how you can take a funnel, an authority funnel. This one is for real estate specifically, okay? And I need to pull something up and show you the actual examples, but I will take a funnel that I create, that's an authority funnel. This one's specifically for a specific neighborhood. It doesn't have to be in real estate. You can use these for anything, and we have and we do. And I'll say everything is the same except for the very top. Okay. So look at this one, Deer Ridge market update. Okay. And then all these other things are the same. All right. Oh, this is the wrong thing I'm showing you. Sorry. I give you just some examples here. So here's some more. Here's an example of utilizing a market update. Okay. Here's an example of me getting their information. Oops. Here's an example of me giving my free books away on the funnel resource page. Here's an example of me giving a scorecard away for free. Okay. All this is free. Free skin in the game training, no charge at all. Free training on Thrive. I want to scale my business. Small ask right here. Okay. Small ask. That's what I want you to see. So now, any questions, John? Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, so let's talk about in your business, how to become a commodity versus a celebrity. Now, when I'm thinking celebrity, I don't want you to think like big celebrity. I want you to think about, how do I become a celebrity in my niche? How do I become a celebrity so that everybody that's in my niche eventually knows exactly who I am and what I can do for them? So I want you to understand the easiest way and the most effective way for you to position yourself as the authority, the king or queen, is the power of using one single sales funnel. Okay. Again, which we're going to give you copies of that you can just pretty much use. And that is by being seen as the authority, and an industry expert authority funnel is what's going to help you do that. Because what happens is that you're not just doing what everybody else is doing, right? You're positioning yourself as the community market leader, the go-to trusted authority, because you're adding value, you're serving, not selling, and you're educating, right? You're giving value in advance, as Dean Graziosi would say. You want to educate people first, and that's exactly what the authority funnel would do. So what happens with the authority funnel is it educates people and it turns people into hot leads that were just scrollers before. That's why the reason we love it. So you can use this again for any niche. Okay, any niche you can utilize this for. So it's a landing page that gives you instant credibility, and it takes you out of the commodity trap because you're being seen as the industry expert, the specialist in your market. That's the thing that I love about it. And you can see here's examples of all the different things that we utilize on our authority funnels to help give value, to position us as the expert, as the authority within different niches. This one here is real estate. This one here is for like a local business. This one here is for the $1 Million Month model and for funnels, right? So they're used for different types of things. I'm just going to stop this here for 1 second because I want to kind of skip a little bit to make sure. You want to ask me any questions?
Yeah, Krista. So, you mentioned a little bit about, being this celebrity within your niche, and you kind of prefaced it with, not an actual celebrity, but just be known, have a clear message, give people the path of learning more about you without doing their own investigative work. And that starts with a nice authority funnel landing page that has everything positioned clearly for them to learn, maybe some videos, maybe some courses, some information. For somebody that let's just go back a little bit in time, where social media before was just posting paragraphs in words. And then that evolved to posting photos. And then this phenomenon of reels and videos just took off, right? And early on, we would see very famous people or people of authority, celebrities or just authorities, do videos with captions. And then we started seeing some of the people in our circles or in our areas, or just regular people like ourselves, also copy that concept and do captions for their videos as well, right? And then there's opinions that are formed. Well, you're not famous. Why are you doing captions on your videos? Or what makes you any better of sharing your story on video? Like, you're not famous, right? Like, so somebody that might have that experience of early on transitioning, of like, I can never see myself doing that. How do you start to change that mindset little by little without forcing it on them? Like, how do they adopt that new age of like personality sharing, like Zoom meetings? Like when we had the pandemic, Zoom was like That's how we communicate. We adopted it. We had families on, we have friends on, and now we're doing Zooms all the time. How do we get the transition?
It's just, we have to adapt, right? I want you guys to think about, like, there's a reason why, there's no longer a travel agent. The only the specialized travel agents exist. The one that specialize like in luxury. They don't exist because we have this thing called, a cell phone, right? If you think about, like, we used to use, in real estate, we used to use Thomas Guides. Now you just use Google Maps. I mean, Red Lobster just went bankrupt. Toys R Us went bankrupt. Kelly Moore just went bankrupt. The reason these big companies are going bankrupt is because they're not adapting and they're not modifying and they're not adjusting. Now, let me just say one thing as well. So many influencers that AKA look like influencers are not influential. Now, let me explain what I mean by that, okay? You can have these influencers that seem to have this big list, but they can't convert anybody to save their life because they're influential, they're alluring, they're living this crazy luxurious lifestyle. When you put out content that is authentic and real and genuine and just yourself, and it can start with just words. It can start with you creating a fake avatar of yourself if you're really that nervous about it. You can get there. It can start with just, a 10 or 20-second video or an awesome PDF or clip. It doesn't have to be anything big, but we have to learn to adapt. And the thing that I like about the systems and strategies that we use within Go High Level is, it does a lot of this stuff for you, right? It's amazing the different things that it can help you with. They continue to evolve all the time. And you don't need to be, like, I always tell people this, you need a cell phone. Make sure you're in front of a really nice light, like a window. Make sure the window's in front of you, okay? Make sure you don't have any dirty underwear in the background, and make sure there's no, big, huge horns blowing, and grab your phone and just think about something that you learned today. I'm going to teach you today about a strategy that's a mindset technique. It'd be a great
Krista, your video's shut off. Forgive me.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
I don't want to lose you.
Sorry,
There
it's
you
okay.
go.
My thing keeps doing that. Sorry, guys. I have my video hidden so I can look at you. So I don't even see myself. So maybe I'll put myself back up there. But it's just, I promise you, anything can be learned, anything can be taught. People are going to judge you whether you do something or you don't do something. And my experience has been this, that at first people are like, why are you doing that? And then they're like, what are you doing? Like, when they see the results of it from other people in their industry, the little snarky, comments turns into curiosity and hey, can you teach me that? That's really what happens. And so I promise you, anything can be learned, anything can be taught. All you're missing is a good support system. Remember, we talked about the GPS and the GAS. You've got goals, but you need your plan and a strategy, right? And you need your JS, the accountability, the support, and the guidance. It's all you're missing. And once you have that, everything is going to be easier. I promise you. Okay.
Is that question is that an out of ordinary question? Do you receive that question in your course? It's just, and it's not even some people refer to imposter syndrome. Some people refer to being shy, or they consider it maybe it's too tacky. There's so many different ways to describe it. And I just want to make sure the audience is aware that, look, the amount of information you're sharing and the framework and the how-to is 90% of it, right? You need to have the roadmap of it to be done the right way. But that 10% really asks of you to put your ego to the side or what you believe others will think of you, and really put your knowledge, package your knowledge to be super valuable, that you don't have to worry about people second guessing it, or maybe positioning the superpower your nonprofit offers, your marketing agency offers, your business on Main Street offers. Just put that as the center of giving. Is that fair?
That's it. The whole thing, this whole 2 days has been about value, right? Serve, not sell, help people. And one thing I'll tell you is that it's much easier when you're coming at it from a standpoint of, let me add value, let me help, let me serve. It doesn't feel so cheesy or weird because you're not asking for anything. So it's much, much simpler because you're really helping. And that's why understanding who your ideal client is very important. And also too, John, to really kind of help a little bit, your example is, this is an example of somebody else's authority funnel. They took ours and they just made their own. It's a matter of, okay, here's all the pieces. Let me just put my thing in, maybe add a little bit less. It's not like they have to figure it all out on their own. They're modeling and emulating something that we've already created. This is an example of somebody modeling one of our workflows, modeling one of our authority funnels, so it's easy for people to do. Here's mine, right? Like here's theirs. Not much different. It's just kind of copy and pasting and replacing things. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's talk now about like, what's the secret to a successful authority funnel? And this is what we call it LEAP. Okay. This is very similar to what we learned about earlier. You want to make sure, and why does this work? Because in LEAP, remember, your people are problem aware, just like the stages of a funnel, solution aware, they're vetting and verifying, they're making a decision, and then they're going to hopefully give you a good referral. Okay. Also, all the aspects of the sales funnel, the sales cycle, marketing, lead generation, lead nurture, conversion, results, and ascension are a part of the funnel. Okay. Also, we're actually going to be talking about this, I think today, more on the ideal client avatar bot. It's actually going to be today, not tomorrow, because I moved that over and forgot to change that. So I'm going to be showing you something and you're going to be like, well, where do I get the information? What do I say? Don't worry. Our ideal client avatar bot is going to help you with that. And we also have a content creator bot that can help you with that as well. If you do decide to take the free trial, and you'll get access to all of this free stuff from me when you decide to take the free trial. So don't worry about what am I going to create in this funnel, because that's going to be the easy part. Okay.
And just to include on here, Krista, for those that are already customers, you're already a customer of High Level. You're on the $97 plan, the $297 plan, or the $497 plan. You will get access to the snapshots, the workflows, all the items that our new trial customers will receive. You will receive that as well on day 3 when we unlock that folder. But then, there are some stuff that Krista's been sharing between yesterday and today, which is at kristamashore.com/GHL. Those things you can get immediately now, and that's open to everybody. Just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of that, because those questions do come up as people are jumping on and off of the live. Back to you, Krista.
I don't understand the difference, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Okay, so let's. What does LEAP mean? To jump or spring a long way to a great height or with great force. Okay, so I want you to think about the LEAP marketing positioning methodology inside of your authority funnel. All right, so local. Now, when I say local, I don't mean local like, oh, in my city. I mean local to whoever your audience is. Where is your audience hanging? Where are they at? What information is local will they be interested in? So I don't mean local by where I live right now. So there is a difference, okay? Also, E is you're going to educate. A is you're going to show that you're the authority. That's what it does within the authority funnel. And you're going to be proactive within this funnel. This is how you're going to convert more, okay? This is the serve, not sell mentality to get more conversions in your marketing. So let's look now at local, okay? You'll notice here, this is an actual local one. It's about a specific neighborhood, very, very local in the LEAP methodology. Okay. I've got local restaurants that I'm talking about within there. I'm trying to put information that would be local to the community or local to the avatar that I'm interested in. Okay. Here's an example of a savvy seller book, Deer Ridge and Shadow Lakes. Again, it's in the authority funnel is in Deer Ridge and Shadow Lakes, and the book is specific to that. Okay. I want to educate people. Notice this national market update, seller tips. Again, why am I doing that? Because my avatar for this authority funnel is a real estate agent. So I'm going to be educating them about what's happening in the real estate market. I'm giving them free downloads, free checklists. Okay. A download to a 30 days to prepare your home for sale. Right now, these things to me are easy to come up with because this is my avatar and I understand this for this avatar. Congratulations for joining and welcome to the virtual seller seminar for Deer Ridge. Also, I want to show that I'm the authority in my funnel. Well, how do I show that? Well, I want to have my reviews on there if I have any of them, right? 5-star reviews of people, testimonials from clients, what people are saying about me. This is going to elevate my authority, show that my clients like me, show that I'm doing a good job. Okay. Also, I want to show my authority by what are my, here's a little bit of my stats that make me somebody that they might want to work with. Okay. I want to be proactive. What does proactive mean? I want to educate people. What questions do they have? What are they wanting? What might they be thinking? I need to know my avatar and I want to be ahead of the curve That's what a good authority funnel can do. And here's the deal, everyone, you know this stuff. You know your avatar. You know what they want. You know what they need. You know where they hang out. You know all of those things. So these are all videos right here within my authority funnel that educate people. So the idea is that your funnel is going to be able to answer the questions that your people have before you actually meet with them. So you're adding value in advance, you're winning before you arrive, you're becoming the go-to expert and the authority, and you're not being a commodity. Okay, that is how you will convert, by understanding who they are, gaining their trust, and adding value to them. That is the idea. You want them working with you, and that is what this authority funnel will actually do for you. Okay, I always say the easiest sale you will ever make are the ones that are closed before you ever shake hands. Those are the easiest ones before you ever meet them, right? How do I let me just give you an example now. I can't see a lot of you, but some of you have been with me now for 2 days. Okay, this is a great example of how educating, adding value helps. When you first met with me yesterday, you didn't, most of you probably don't know who I am, right? And now you're like, who's that girl? She's got pretty blonde hair. What are those words behind her? You had no clue who I was. You did know that Go High Level was, trusted me enough to put me on their stage. So that helped me a little bit. But the more that I'm educating you, the more time I'm spending with you, it's kind of like you're watching a video, even though this is live. For those of you that are watching it live, it's like you're watching a video, right? Same exact thing. Or it's like you're reading a book or reading a resource. Now you have more trust. This is the exact process that Go High Level is putting you through right now, is the exact process that I'm teaching you right now. Okay. And I want you to see how it's working for you. I've elevated my authority. Hopefully you don't think I'm a big idiot, right? You're still here. So obviously I'm doing something right. So that's the idea behind how it works. Okay. Again, yes. So if you're like, want to have Go High Level's workflows and their automations, then you can click on this and you'll get all of Go High Level's workflows and automations should you decide to get their free trial. And as John said, for those that already have it, we'll get that later. And also for freebies right now, if you go to KristaMashore.com/Go High Level, I've got a ton of freebies for you that will definitely help you with your quest to learning how to attract more clients, get the mindset to do it, and have the systems and strategies behind it that everybody can have regardless of what it is that you do from this point forward. Okay, so why should you create your authority funnel? Number one, it shows that you're offering unmatched value. You're an educator, you're a communicator. Remember the monetization multiplier, right? Education, communication, and innovation is how we can, and we reach the masses through good marketing. That's how we're going to be able to make a difference. You're attracting highly qualified leads, and they're not just looky-loos. You're winning before you arrive with this. They're hot because they're binge watching your stuff. You're not able to compare to any other brand, any other product, any other profession, any other service. You are not a commodity. Okay. You're answering questions ahead of time, so you're not losing time. You're more productive and you're getting closer to actually closing the deal. And you can reuse it. Hyper efficiency. You can copy and paste these, change a few things, just so you're speaking directly to your ideal client. Remember, the more your client speaks directly to somebody, the more likely you will convert. And lastly, you are a market specialist instead of a jack of all trades. Think of brain surgeon versus a general practitioner. You are showing that. I am letting you know that I teach my students to utilize these authority funnels and a simple process before they meet with the client. And they will tell me, I have not lost a listing, not lost a client since I started doing this. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but what I'm saying is that when you are doing things differently and you've got a process and a system behind it, things can rapidly change in your business. And yes, things do take time. You have to work towards this. Everything in life takes work. But if you'll put in the energy to learn it, it's amazing what can happen. Okay. Like I said, general practitioner versus the brain surgeon. The general practitioner works 30 times more and they make 20 times less. And that's like a made up statement, but you know what I'm saying? It's very close to that. They work a lot more and make a lot less than the brain surgeon. So think about this. A customer or niece goes online and types in, what is the best way to do keto dieting? And then all of a sudden your authority funnel shows up and they start binge watching you and they start learning more about you. Your competition does nothing. They just start making them offers and tell them to go to their free seminar, go to their paid seminar, or download their book or whatever it might be. Okay. That is why these types of things work so well. And you are winning before you arrive. I love that term, winning before you arrive. That's the whole goal behind why it works so well. So Who's going to win in business is the business professional that is generic or the one that's an expert, right? We don't want to be a commodity. We want to be the expert. That is who is going to win, is the expert. Hopefully you, okay? Here's an example. Remember we told you about, you can just copy and paste. Does this funnel look familiar? This is somebody utilizing my workflows, go through Go High Level, copy and pasting, just inserting her stuff into mine, okay? Uncertain markets belong to people who educate, bring value, and establish themselves as the authority. Okay, so now what I want to do is this. We've been all this marketing stuff, and I want to kind of like just turn the tables just a little bit, because I think that getting your mindset right is super important. And I just one of the free gifts that I'm going to be giving you all is my Stop, Snap, and Switch book. Now, I really want to emphasize here that how much that I believe and know to be true that your mindset is a huge part of your success. Like I believe success is between your ears. As I said yesterday, I haven't lived at home since I was 13, juvenile hall, group home, foster home, all the nine, right? And so I've had to really, really work on my mindset, because when you have physical abuse from a parent and you haven't lived at home since you were 13, there's a lot of mental junk that happens. And who cares about that with me? But we all have some type of mental junk. Maybe you've tried something in the past and it hasn't worked. Failed businesses, failed relationships, whatever it might be, PTSD for some reason. We get in our heads about things. So I have my bachelor degree is in psychology. My master's degree is in industrial in curriculum and instruction. And so when I was researching, and I've always been a huge mindset person, but when I was writing this book about 2 years ago, I spent a whole year like research studies, brain development, and learned how to kind of put information in a way that was easy to read and to listen to. And here's what I will tell you is that our brain has so much to do with our success. So what I want to do is just take a minute or two just to kind of teach you this strategy, because I'm really, really proud of it. And I know it will help you, because we get in our own way. We say things like, I'm too old to do this. Technology is going to be too hard. I'm not good with systems. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too thin. I'm too new. Nobody knows me. I don't know how to create anything. We say all of these things. And that thinking, that attitude, that philosophy, that belief, that creates a feeling. The feeling of, I can't do this. It's going to be so hard. It sucks. Oh my gosh. That emotion that comes from that is, why should I even try? I'm not going to do this. I failed before. I suck. No way. Okay. And that creates an action of fear, right? The feeling is fear. The action is freeze. Okay. And when you are afraid and you're fearful and you're frozen, it doesn't create good habits, good routines, good rituals, and you don't implement. And therefore your life sucks, right? You have bad results, bad success, and bad growth. So I want you to learn the stop, snap, and switch method. And what that is research shows that we have between 50 and 70,000 thoughts every single day. Okay. And most of those thoughts are negative, especially because of negative publicity and marketing and all that stuff. So you have to start becoming aware of what those thoughts are. Okay. Thoughts like, I can't do this. I don't have enough money. I always say, if you don't have enough money now, you're never going to have enough money. You've got to get resourceful, right? Things of, I don't have enough time, right? I can't. You have to recognize that, and you stop and recognize thought, right? And then you snap and you think, that's not going to help you. Like, thinking that way is not helping me. So I snap the bracelet, turn the bracelet around, switch it. So stop, snap, switch. So it's like stop, feel, snap, switch. Stop the negative thought that makes you feel crappy. Snap the button, snap the bracelet, hair tie, rubber band, and then change the thought around. I never had a system like Go High Level. This is going to be easier. High Level has all the support that I need, right? I don't have to be the best at video when I first start, but at least I can try, right? It's okay if I make mistakes. I can't get better unless I start. All right. Stop, snap, and switch. Now there's a feeling part that goes into, I don't really teach that, but understand that when you have a bad thought, it creates a feeling that's either good or bad. That good or bad feeling is either going to make you feel excited and want to do something, or the opposite. So when you say something to yourself like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I'm excited. I have the tools. I have the resources. I've got the support. This is going to work for me. That gives you a feeling of, let's do this. When you feel like something's going to work and you actually believe it, research shows that belief is going to help you keep moving forward. So you want to learn to stop, snap, and switch and train your brain to start working for you, not against you. I had to get that in there at some point. And that's the only thing I've done for the past 2 days that's been anything other than marketing. But I just have to say that I know it's a huge part of actually putting all this. Lisa, honey, can you please get me another one of these waters? Thank you. Of getting it to actually work for you, if that makes sense.
It
Any
does.
questions?
And I'm glad you went over that because, like, you know, as I'm trying to figure out a way, looking at some of the comments, some of the feedback, some of past experiences, I'm trying to find the way to get everyone's maybe back of the thought to the front, which is like I mentioned those questions, like, what if I'm this, or what if I'm not there yet, or this, that, and the other. This mindset example that you made answered it, and it also it brings a visual to it. So if you can go back to that previous slide, for those that may want to grab a screenshot of it.
Which one?
The one before, yeah, that one right
Yeah.
here. This kind of like, this is something nice that you just, as you're on this journey, put it in front of you, whether it's a background, you print it out, you tape it somewhere, because this is going to remind you why you're worthy of telling your story, why you're worthy of helping others, why you're worthy to have people follow your lead with the business type or training, or even just being a manager or a business owner, of people following you. So this is powerful. Thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome. And remember this, you just have to be a few steps ahead of the person you're trying to help, right? And like I told you, John, like yesterday after this training, I was like, oh my gosh, did I do okay? But you always feel that way. You always, when you're a high performer, you want to do the best job. You want to do well, and you want to make an impact. And so, but if you don't put yourself out there and start, you cannot get better. I'm not nearly the person that I was on a training 6 years ago. I mean, like I said, I used to get so grossly afraid of speaking on stage, like to the point where I couldn't even my legs would it was so bad. I felt like the whole world could feel my heart. And unless I started to do it, you can't get better. So, anyone can do anything, but you have to start and you got to keep going.
Absolutely.
So just start.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. You're welcome. Yep. So that's that. And Stop, Tap, and Switch is the book. And that's how you kind of like the methodology around it. Okay. So true or false? Innovators ask how. False. Innovators ask who. Okay. Innovators ask who can help me? Who can help me get to the point where I want to go? So what I'm going to do is, it all starts with just your thinking. It all starts with who can help me get the result that I want to do? Who has done the thing I'm trying to do? Who can help me achieve the result that I'm trying to give? Okay. And as I showed you before, I have been focused and committed on trusting my mentors and listening to the right system and the right strategy. Also, I had to make sure that I was very clear on who my ideal client is. And that's what we're going to be going on over right now. So marketing starts with a person, okay? You have to know exactly who is this offer for. And by knowing that, it is an absolute game changer in your business. The more your client speaks directly to somebody, the more likely you will convert them into a customer. I cannot tell you how often I say that to people. Remember, when you do this correctly, it's going to save you time and money. It's going to lower your cost per acquisition. It's going to higher your conversions. The right messaging you're going to be able to have, and it's going to help your customer find you just as it's going to help you find your customer. Both are very, very important. So when you know who your ideal client is, you can have what we want to remember: recency, relevancy, proximity, ongoing, influential and influencer, conflict, and strange. Again, you can't have all of these marketing messages in your hook or in all of your stuff, but you can have as many of them as possible within it to help you convert more. Okay. And I loved it. I want to ask you this really quickly. Could it be possible that the only reason that something hasn't worked from you until now is because you haven't had the right system or strategy? Like, could that be it? You just haven't had the right system. You haven't had the right strategy. You haven't had the right tools and the support to help you get there. That is why I'm so, passionate about Go High Level. I mean, I've never seen a company ever, except for my own, of course, that loves just like the customer experience, is so obsessed with getting better and in a very timely fashion, is so obsessed with helping people. I mean, so just know if you haven't succeeded yet, it's probably because you just haven't had the right system, the right strategy, and the right mentors helping you. Okay. So, client avatar. I like to call it your ideal client, but most people call it the client avatar. Get niche, get rich, right? The riches are in the niches. So, we want to think about the psychographics and the demographics when we're thinking about people. Now, the demographics are the statistical data. It's like the gender, the age, the race, the location, the employment status, the income, the marital status. It's all of that. That is what that is. Okay. So we want to think about psychographics is different from demographics. The psychographics are, it's the criteria, like the beliefs, the attitudes, the personalities, the values, the aspirations, the interests, the lifestyles, the motivations. It's the behaviors, the habits, the rituals, the routines of our client avatar. That is the difference, psychographics versus demographics, okay? So let's kind of think about the demographic understanding versus the psychographic understanding. And your goal is you're going to use this information to bridge the gap from where somebody's at to where they want to go. How do I take my customer from here, which is pain, problem, to solution and outcome is the goal here. All right. And the reason why psychographics are so important is because it lets you dive into their pains, their problems, the things that keep them up at night. Like, what are the routines and habits and behaviors? Like, why do they do what they do? So you can help them get where they want to go. The goal is, how do I enter the conversations that are already going on in the minds of my clients when it comes to the pains, the problems, the struggles, what's keeping them up at night, their goals, their motivations, their aspirations, what gets them excited, what gets them want to take action, what makes them not want to take action, what gets them frustrated. All of those things are important when it comes to marketing. So also, why are psychographics important? Because you need to know, like, where you want to meet people where they're at. You want to find them. Where are they hanging out at? Where are they spending their time? How do you capture their information? How do you get their attention? Where do you get their attention from? Okay, all of that is important. I'm going to be going through this kind of quickly. Okay, kind of quickly. So you might want to take some pictures if you have it out. But you need to think about identity marketing. If you want people to pay attention to you, you need to speak to a specific person. People are what make you money, right? Not your programs. People do. So once you've identified who your avatar is and their pain points, it makes it so much easier for people to be able to say yes to you because you're serving them, you're adding value, and you're helping them get where they want to go. That's the whole idea behind it. So we want to make sure that we're identifying these things. So we need to ask ourselves in identity marketing, what do they do? How do they spend their week? What's their schedule like? What's their flow, day or nights? Why is this important? If you're going to create a training and your avatar is a mother who's driving her kids to school at 8 o'clock, you don't want to have a webinar at 8 o'clock or at 3 o'clock when they're picking their kids up from school. That's why it's important to know their schedule, their flows, their routines. Okay. What do they like to do outside of work? You don't want everything just always to be about your marketing. How can you gather their interest in other places? Okay. Where are they getting educated? Where are they getting their information sources from? Why is that important? Because then you can market on those platforms. You can have Dream 100. You can have strategic partnerships with people. How much money did they make? If your client avatar makes $30,000 a year and your program is $30,000 a year, probably not going to be a good idea to have that be your offer. Okay. How do they feel? What aspects of their life and or personality can you identify to help you market to them? What's happened in their life prior to lead up to this point? Why is that important? Because you want to be able to speak to where they're at now, how it's affected them, how long it's been affecting them, what's going to happen if it keeps on going on. Those three questions right there are massively important in your marketing. Okay. And what's going to make them be interested in you, your event, your product, or what you're offering? What's their family relationship or status? What about your training or event matters to them? What thoughts are they having? What's their risk analysis that's going through their head? Now, you'll notice that John has said a couple of times, he's literally stopped me and said, what about somebody new? Okay. Because he knows that maybe somebody that's newer that might be thinking about this, whether they're new to technology or they're new to Go High Level, they might be nervous. So he's talking about that, right? Because he knows his client avatar, and he knows that's a common concern. You've noticed he's brought that up a couple of times, which in turn has made me bring it up because I know now that's a concern, right? Because we need to be able to speak to that pain point so that we can overcome that objection to get you more likely to say yes. And you need to be able to do the same thing with your client avatar. That's why it's so important to know who they are. What will push them over the edge because they know they need your training or what you're offering, okay? All right. So what keeps them up at night? What are they afraid of? What are their top 3 daily frustrations? What are their roadblocks? What do they secretly desire? Are there any specific industry jargon or language you can use to help them have rapport? Right? What lies or false beliefs are they believing? That's a huge one. What history do they have for these limiting beliefs? Again, problems, dreams, we've already said most of that, okay? So I hope you're making sense. Like, this is all really important because you want to be able to know your client avatar in such a way that your messaging, your marketing, and all that speaks directly to them. So I will just ask you a question. So far, I should have had this up a lot more times. Will this make the boat go faster? The answer is yes. Learning all this will absolutely make the boat go faster. I promise you. So I'm going to show you something that's going to make your boat go faster and make your job easier. And what I've created is an ideal client bot creator, which what this is we've created a bot that we're offering through Go High Level when you purchase their 30-day trial for free. When you get it for free, not purchase it, but we're going to give you, we've created an ideal bot creator, which we've literally trained it to be able to help you identify all those things I just asked and so much more through the bot. It'll save you hours and hours of time. So let me give you an example of this, okay? Let's just say that your client is, you're a coach whose expertise is creating low ticket courses that, let me go back here, that sell through Instagram and TikTok and Facebook ads, okay? And you want to show others how to create courses or low ticket digital products to make over 20K per month and work less than 10 hours per week. That would be nice, right? So what we're going to do is I put all this information in this bot. All right. And here's what they came up with. They struggle with creating engaging content on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, leading to low engagement and visibility. Overwhelmed by the complexity of digital marketing, feeling lost in strategies and tactics. Frustrated by the lack of progress despite significant effort leading to the work-life balance. This all came from the bot. Desire, their aspiration. Desire to master digital marketing platforms, specifically in running effective ads and marketing campaigns. They seek to regain control over their time and reduce stress related to digital marketing effectiveness. They aim to be confident in their marketing strategies, ensuring their content educates and engages their target audience efficiently. The principles, they value authenticity and a willingness to invest effort into mastering new skill and strategies. They're focused on results-driven marketing where efforts clearly translate into business growth and lead generation. Their belief is in continuous learning and adaptation, despite challenges and initial perceptions of being too old to adapt to new marketing trends. So here's another one. Coaches who expertise in wellness, diet, and mental health for executive level women and moms. I want you to see the difference of how this bot can really understand people, okay? Coaches who want to stay productive, take care of themselves, be there for their family, and still perform at a high level at work. Demographics, they're female, age 30 to 40, usually married. Primary role, mothers looking to regain or maintain their health and well-being alongside managing their family. Lack of challenge, lack of confidence, and determination to pursue personal health and goal wellness. They're so worried about their families. Balancing self-care with the demands of motherhood, leading to neglecting their own needs. Belief that motherhood inherently limits their ability to focus on personal health and well-being. Aspirations, able to achieve a healthier lifestyle for themselves and by extension, their family. They want to find a balance where they can care for their family without neglecting their own health and well-being. They want to feel healthier and happier and more energetic, becoming better role models and caregivers for their families. Now, when you understand who your client avatar is, right? Your avatar creates your marketing. Your avatar creates your marketing, which is the first part of the sales cycle. Why? Because when you understand your client avatar, you're going to attract them, and you're going to be giving them value. And this will help you become the go-to trusted source, the go-to authority. We have more AI bots that we're going to be offering to people that utilize Go High Level's 30-day trial. We have the ideal client avatar bot, the content creator bot, the customer comparison analysis bot, and the brand builder bot. So those will, okay, so now we're going to be doing something else. So this is basically, any questions so far? Any questions, anyone that you can see?
Yeah, if you we're going to be, as we get towards the end of this, to the audience, please start jotting down your questions so we can compile some here and get them over to Krista. So no questions at the moment. I'll throw it back to you.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So just like really quickly,
your screen froze.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go back. All right. Here we go. There I am again. All right, let me go ahead and share this again here. Awesome. Okay. So remember, we learned this yesterday, right? How can we market one to many? How can we have our systems and processes work for us instead of one to one? When we can have one to many systems and one to many processes, and when we can utilize communication and innovation, everything can change in our business, right? How do we reach more people, add more value, give more impact to influence them? The community funnel influences them. Utilizing the brand awareness strategies can help you influence. You can reach more people if you utilize the strategy that we taught you on how to utilize Facebook to reach people. I want to show you that it's not always about how much you know, it's how much you're known. Okay. And here's the thing. I am in no way a guru at all. I am a great marketer, right? I don't have a massively huge list, but I'm more influential than most people that have a large list because of the fact that I'm utilizing innovation and my expertise and my systems and my processes. Okay. So you don't have to have a huge list. And remember, marketing is attraction. Attraction is educating, and educating is marketing. They all go hand in hand, 1000% when it comes to your business. Okay. And the more that we can show specialized knowledge, and the more we have a unique value proposition, and we're not just a commodity, the more we will convert. All right. So what you want to do is you want to leverage your unmatched value proposition to educate people utilizing communication in an innovative way. All right. They all go hand in hand, similar to the sales cycle. And your job, your educational materials, your authority funnels, your lead magnets, your funnels we've talked about, those are all education materials that are going to bridge the gap from where your client is to where your client needs to go. And that's what's going to help you not just become a commodity. And the reason why education tools work so well, again, the authority funnel, lead magnets, the things we've talked about over the past 2 days, is because you become the expert, you become the authority, you're giving value, you're generating belief in self that they can do it, belief in your product, and trust all at the same time. And the best way to do that is through utilizing the monetization multiplier, okay? But remember, you've got to be consistent, right? Because consistency leads to credibility, consistency leads to trust, consistency leads to conversions. And that is why it's really, really important for you to have as many processes in place, as many systems in place to do that. So when you start generating those leads, you've got to have the system in place to nurture those leads. Nurture is very important because remember, your attention that you have that you're getting needs nurturing. It needs consistency. That's how you're going to become credible, develop trust. That's how you're going to convert. The lead nurture strategies and workflows are going to help you do that. So here's an example of some workflows, right? So this is an example of a workflow that we have through Go High Level. And what will happen is somebody will come in here, as you can see, they come in and then there's a whole trigger is happening. Now, this is not difficult. This is not difficult to do. We can show you, and we have workflows we've created for you that are very basic that you can learn to utilize, or we've got some that are advanced. right? That can start the nurturing when you bring your clients into your authority funnels, into your world, whether it's organic or paid. There's different types of things that we can do that can help you with that. Okay. Again, your workflows. You want to have confirmation, right? You want to be able to fulfill on what you're giving them, right? Your workflows can help you give people exactly what they need, right? And it gives them, it gives people what they need when they need it. So here's an example of somebody comes in, now they're on my weekly email list, right? I can also send text messages to people. Again, when you have attention, when you create new clients, you're doing all this work to get attention, you want to have your workflows, your emails, and your text messages set up so that you can actually capitalize on that attention. And that's exactly what these things do. Let me do this for a second here. I want to be able to show something. Yeah, okay. Let me just show something here really quickly, okay? Let me
Sure.
stop sharing on this. Let me start sharing over here. Okay. All right. So I just want you to see how easy things can be, okay? So this right here is an example of like the brand authority accelerator. How what we did with you guys is like, you guys, people come into our world, right? And then automatically an email is sent. And then if they don't open it, they wait for a day. And then another email is sent. Now this might look like a little bit complicated to you, but there's a lot easier workflows that you can put into place. But I want you to see the simplicity or the not simplicity that you can do based upon Go High Level. And all these workflows can be copied and shared and purchased and all these things for you. So I just want you to see like the power behind it. You're spending all this time and energy on things. We want to make sure that you're able to take it to the next level, right? Here's an example of our Authority Accelerator mini training, right? Video 1, we got a video there. We're sharing this with people. Here's a video 2, sneak peek about something. Then we've got video 3, this right here, briefly describe your video, what people will learn here and why they should watch. You can tie it back to templates or other resources added down the page. Now, this is an example of one of the trainings that we're going to be giving through Go High Level, John, where we're telling you exactly what to do. You can add a description of the video here, let people know what to expect from it, add the one aha moment that will be most important in the video, right? Video 4, talk about your accountability process, the big outcome that your clients are going to get. Again, now we've got access, download your detailed flow or process. Here's more examples. I want you to see like these are things that you can just fill in the blank and add to what it is that you're doing. Notice here again, first name and email, that's it. Why? Because you want to ask for less, not more, depending on where they're at in your funnel. Now, these are things that you could easily copy and paste and put into your own workflows here. Again, simple landing page, very simple. Add a few bullet points, first name, email, simple, right? And then attach a workflow to it. This is an example of a workflow that's a simpler one. Okay, here's a trigger, something happens, and I just do a few things. Not a big deal, not a lot that I have to worry about. But I want you to understand that it's not as hard as you think that it might be. All right, let me see here. Kind of got off track there for a second, but I saw it's like,
No, I think it's valuable for those that maybe are experienced, right? Everyone's at a different level. And I think what you just showed right there was that not only do you know the framework and teach the framework, but you also do it for yourself. So there's that connection of showing and doing. And I think that as people saw that there, it's nothing crazy fancy. It's just being consistent, which you had shared before, just consistently messaging and consistently keeping in mind what journey, what pathway your avatar may go. They may go ghost. So you may have to re-engage them 3 days later. And you may need to re-engage them with a video talking about what they might have missed out on or an aha moment. And I think sometimes people get so caught up in the cosmetic of the authority funnel or the landing page that they spend so much money and time on designing it to look perfect, but really that's in the eyes of the beholder. So I could spend thousands of dollars on the perfect visualization, but if you, as my potential customer, doesn't find it impressive, then I lost you no matter what. And I
Well,
think,
and even there's a lot of research too about less is more. Like some of the
yeah,
most generic, basic landing pages and funnels do better than these big, crazy ones. I'm not kidding. It's unbelievable how that works.
yeah, and I, what I loved when I saw what you did, step by step here, plug your video here. And again, there is psychology behind it, right? So it's not like, this is just winging it. But also some people might say, well, the psychology behind it, that's like sneaky, or that's like you're trying to trick people. Absolutely not. Like you had mentioned, the brain processes information in a certain way for it to recognize the value. And that's what we're doing, is we're putting them through the value chain.
And I tell everybody, I believe it's my fiduciary obligation to help people because I don't think there's anyone better to do it than me. So
Mm-hmm.
I love to learn about sales and persuasion techniques to help people say yes to themselves. Most people need help saying yes to themselves. And especially if you're a coach or you've got a great product or service that helps somebody, your job is to help people to say yes to themselves. Oops, sorry about that. Like that's your job. It's not sneaky. It's smart, because if you don't do it, somebody else will. And a lot of times people aren't as honest or as good as you can be. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you
Okay,
for
so
that.
you're welcome. So more about, right? You have this attention, more about nurturing, weekly emails, give value, storytelling, no pushy call to action. You're going to stay top of mind and be relevant. You're going to build your credibility through consistency, and you're serving, not selling. Okay. So let's talk about, and we do this like crazy. We live by our serve, not sell emails, right? A lot of times we'll develop a theme or a topic or an aha for the week, and then we'll anchor that aha, right? And we'll just have a PDF or infographic or a mini workbook that goes along with it. And then we'll repurpose that into a 3-part email series. And we'll utilize different styles: video, long form, short form, infographics, PDFs, resources, if we have it. And again, we didn't start here, we ended there. So here's an example. Attention is currency, an aha moment, right? Then you create a PDF with like the types of attention, okay? Platforms to collect attention for, the tactics to capture their attention, all right? Now I'm giving this to people. Now I'm going to, so for example, this week, aha, the theme is attention is currency. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the types of attention. I'm gonna tell them the platforms to collect attention on and the tactics to capture attention from. Then I'm gonna repurpose that. I'm gonna create 3 emails for the week, do a story, a video, a PDF, interview, any kind of outside resource, right? And then I'm going to filter in the audience, like who's clicking on it, what are they liking, right? And give them more. They're going to then go through, as I showed you earlier, they're going to go through a workflow based upon what it is that they have. So it's not like it's a hard thing to do. And I will tell you, our open rate is extremely high, like extremely high, because we're utilizing this brand awareness strategy, right? And remember, when you're connecting with leads who are interested, you are now owning that attention. Why do you want to own attention? Because prices increase. They have all the control. They can delete you. They can shut you down. All those things can happen. So eventually you want to get them, you want to own that attention. And the fastest way to get them to click and convert is to utilize the brand awareness strategy. Okay. So when leads are connecting with you and they show that they're interested, what can you do for follow-up? Well, you can give them special invites, gifts, a personal video text message. You can do AI. You can give a regular text message. These are all the different things that you can do to engage. And let me tell you something. Right now with AI and how Go High Level is utilizing artificial intelligence to talk to leads, to respond to leads, to send text messages, it's just an absolute game changer. And it sounds so real. And I think we might have even done something too, just let you know, John, where we I think we included an AI in my thing. I don't want to guarantee it, but I'll ask the team today. I think there was an aspect of AI that we've included with what it is that we're going to be offering for our free stuff, if I don't forget.
Mhm.
Okay, so what I want to do now, if it's okay, is just kind of really quickly move into video content ideas for people.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
one thing you can do too is like create like a mini course. And so when you say like you're a course creator, you have a course, it elevates your authority. And all I mean by course is taking a funnel, labeling it course for XYZ, and then creating like 5 videos. That's basically your authority funnel, right? And you just collect a very, a 2-step funnel, a landing page, directing traffic to that. And then you can take that information, put it on your list. Not hard at all. Okay. You're just creating video content. And so ask yourself this question: what is something that my dream client wants? What do they want? Okay. What is something that my dream client would think is valuable? And what is something that they would actually maybe even want to share? What would they want to share that I gave them? And what do I want to be known for? And that's the thing that you can start creating information on. What do they like? What do they need? What do they want to share? What do I want to be known for? Okay. So create content on here's their current status and here's their desired situation. Here's where they're at. Here's where they want to go. They want to increase their status. Before your funnel, your course, right? What's the journey they go on? And then you can just start creating information and information and content that has to specifically get them on that journey. It's not as hard as we're making it think, right? Before, after, what are the phases, and how can I create content to get them there? Okay. That's all you need to do to create an amazing authority funnel, answer questions, know who the avatar is. Okay. So let's look at this. Current and desired situations, like coaches and experts, let's just say real estate investing. What's their situation? They'd like to get started building their own wealth. They don't have enough information on how to start or what it involves or who to work with. Okay. They're looking for resources on how to protect their investment and their future, what their current options are. What are the pros and cons, traditional versus non-traditional? What does it look like for them every month through the process, right? Their desired situation is they want to build a portfolio or they want to reach a certain amount of cash flow to build up their wealth. They want to feel confident and educated enough to make the decisions to move forward boldly. And they want to get their first investment property potentially and add 2 to 3 more in 2024. That's what they want. Okay. So then I've got to your goal is what? Is to create the resources and the videos that build confidence and certainty so that they view you as the authority. You have the resources and the tools to help them get there. That's the goal. You want them to want to continue to want to engage with you, to use your resources so they see you as their mentor. Okay. So 5 videos for your funnel, your mini course, your video series. What could they be? They could be, number 1, your big dream goal for 2024. Is 2024 the year you start to build wealth and invest in your future? Here are 5 ways you can start investing other than stocks and bonds. Remember, old school, and get them less than blank each month. Number 2, origin stories, how you got started, how your clients got started, and share their step-by-step journey of investing in their first property and what that looks like, what they resulted in. Video number 3, considering investing in real estate. Here are 5 things most experts won't share and how you can get started even without owning a home yourself. Video number 4, pros and cons of investing. Real estate investing versus other traditional or old school methods for building financial freedom. Video number 5, wealth momentum, leveraging your first investment property to build your portfolio in 2024. There's so many different things, okay? So you can kind of take a screenshot of that. You can see like, it's not that hard. Where are they at? Where do they want to go? How do you get them their dream outcome? How do you answer questions that they have? How do you solve problems? And how do you get them closer to what it is that they want? So it's not difficult. And I think what I might do, because I've got quite a feall more of these just for the sake of time, I can open it up to like, how any questions that people have and all of that, as well as just answer any questions that you might see people are asking, John?
Yeah, with the amount of content we've given out, usually we get a little bit more engaging, and a lot of people's questions typically is around the technical aspect of it.
Okay.
And with this type of training, this is really the missing piece of like the branding part. So I'm gonna ask you folks to jot down any questions you have A few questions that I see here relate to the bots. So will the bots be a part of the the giveaway at the end of
Not
day
the
3?
giveaway. It's a part of the workflows, everything that they're getting through Go High Level. So all the bots are going to be when they get a free trial from Go High Level, or when they decide to, what are your strategies, they'll get those with that.
Okay, so
It's
either
not all the
they
freebies.
understood. So they become a trial member. They get the bot if they're an existing customer. There'll be some of the bots included for those that are existing customers in
Yes.
that offering.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep.
When it comes to cameras and equipment, is there some sort of guidance around cameras, equipment, selfie sticks, a studio setup? I mean, I know that's a broad question because everyone's a little different. But recording, could you give the simplistic approach, maybe what someone should keep in mind when recording their content?
What I would say is that everybody always overthinks it, and you just want to start. So the goal is like, okay, how do I just start this? How do I just start? All you need is a cell phone. People are always getting ready. They're aiming. I want you to fire. You just got to get comfortable. Tomorrow, I'll be showing you a strategy to help you feel confident on video, and we'll do it tomorrow. I tried to do it on day 1, didn't have time. So we'll do it tomorrow. That'll help you start getting confident on video that you can utilize. That's very easy, non-aggressive, non-invasive. All you need is your cell phone. That's it. You got a cell phone, you can do it. And again, all you need is to be in front of a light, like a window. You never want the window behind you because it causes glare. You want the window in front of you, right? I'm very intentional about this background, right? I have my Go High Level awards there. I've got other things because I want to demonstrate my authority, right? I want people to know, okay, she knows what she's talking about. So there's a reason why I have this background. You want to have a background that is not like this dirty house or whatever else. Think about what you have behind you, change different areas as well. And I can get into that more tomorrow, but just start. Like, go and think about something that you learned today. Go tell somebody you went to an amazing event and you're educating yourself to be the best you can be in your industry. Go learn about something specific about your niche and just go do a 30-second video about it. Oh my gosh, today I just learned that if your landing page doesn't open within 3 seconds, you're losing XYZ. I mean, just learn something and go talk about it. Go eat a great meal and be like, oh my gosh, I ate this amazing thing and it's XYZ. So it's not just, it's not just your niche. And if you're not comfortable with real estate, the best way to start doing it is on your personal page of just personal things. So you start feeling comfortable sending video text messages to your family and friends. And that's what I'll talk about tomorrow.
Absolutely. And then when it comes to a question around starting to build your resume, right? What you want people to know about you. For someone that is, let's say, they don't have big plaques and awards, right? Like, let's just put that out there right now. Someone is brand new. They're really good at what they do. What advice could you give around building tangible assets that you could leverage in maybe forms of, is it a handwritten letter from a customer? Is it contributing to a chamber where they give you a medal? Like, what is the way of asking or maybe planting that expectation of it without it coming off? That's the reason why you're doing it.
Yeah. So when I first started, again, I didn't have any of this, right? Like no one knew me outside of my own city because I was doing marketing in my own city, but no one knew me. And what I would do is I would leverage my own personal, like I leveraged the fact that I went to college, right? Or I leveraged the fact that I was in certain associations, or the fact that of certain credentials I had earned, or certain accolades that I had done. I leveraged the fact that I had sold, I was in the top 1% of agents nationwide. And not everyone has that, but you have something. Even people that don't have any degrees or any experience, you've gone through a massive situation. Maybe you were bulimic or anorexic and you were able to overcome that. without any education. Maybe you went through a horrible divorce and were able to do it the right way. Maybe you went bankrupt and learned how to get out of bankruptcy. Maybe you were in massive depression and learned how to get out of depression. I mean, everybody's an expert in something, right? Everyone's an expert in something. Maybe you were like, like what's that? Like where you didn't want to leave the house and you figured out how to eventually, there's something that you are good at. Maybe you were just really a great communicator, or you had an amazing career in financial advising and now you want to teach other people how to do it without even having any clients at first. And maybe the successes isn't always they made more money or they had the result. Maybe you help somebody feel more confident or take the next step. There's always something. Go to ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT who you are, put some of your accolades in and ask them, what can I use to position myself as the authority? What can I use? And it will start asking you questions. You can say, I'm brand new to XYZ industry. I need resources and tools to help me feel more confident and have more authority. Can you ask me some questions that I can answer that will help me, show my authority? There's always answers to everything. We just have to get resourceful. And remember
Absolutely.
this, your biggest enemy is your head, right? Your biggest enemy is your head. And so if you can just get out of your head and start doing, you're never going to get any of those accolades or any of those things unless you start.
Yeah. And that resonates very, very well. And I'm trying to, in your slides, you had several photos of you on different stages, with different personalities, right? How can somebody start, or where should somebody start taking photos, and what kind of photos are maybe best to start telling that story from a static on their social media? Like, is it pretending to read a book? Is it pretending to be on the computer? Is it a behind the scenes? Like, what do you recommend, or how does somebody kind of gauge that
I
flow?
think that those things you just said are great, right? Like, it could even be pictures of you at work, pictures of you talking to other people, pictures of you working on the computer, showing what you're doing with great with great, great little words on the screen. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do to elevate interest. And it doesn't even have to be that. How can you get people to get interest? How can you stop the scroll? You don't need authority. How can you stop the scroll? Understanding who your ideal client is and what's going to get them to take interest and to watch. And remember, even if you're brand new, okay, if you're solving a problem, serving a need, answering a question, being prolific, doing it different, people are going, and you know what you're talking about. Perception is reality, right? I'll give you an example. One of the things I tell realtors to do, and lenders, and anybody who's any type of local professional that's new to any kind of business, I tell them to go out and start creating content and creating educational videos as a brand new realtor, as a brand new chiropractor, as a brand new chef, as a brand new massage therapist, and just start talking about it. I have a student that won Best Beaufort Realtor of the Year. She had never sold a house before. Her name is Sue LaFave. Never sold a house before. She didn't ask for people to vote for her because she had never sold a house. Her community voted her Best Beaufort Realtor of the Year because she was posting content everywhere about the community, talking about restaurants in town, places to go, different neighborhoods, right? Anybody can do that from any industry. I tell people that you should become, if you are any kind of local professional or local business, you need to become what I call the community market leader. A community market leader is anytime somebody thinks about their community or your industry, they need to think about you. Once you start talking about the community, things to do in the community, interviewing other restaurants, other locals, spotlights, like talking about what's happening in your industry, outside of your industry, interviewing other industries within your industry, you become the expert. You look like you're the expert. And I want you to think about one last thing before I finish, and that's this, is that if you are getting audited and you are freaking out, you don't have a good tax advisor. If somebody had been educating you about taxes and about pros and cons and things to do and tips and tricks, and you see them randomly, do you think that you would call that person, or some random Joe Blow on the street? You'd call that person. You would call that person. So you want to make it to where people know what you're doing. And I will tell you what, people forget. People forgot when I was a realtor. People forget that I'm a coach. People forget that I help entrepreneurs. They forget, and unless I'm constantly reminding them, this is what I do. right? You want to sell high ticket? I'll help you. You want to increase your relationship business? I'll help you. You have to make it to where it's impossible for people not to forget. And the only way you can do that is by systems, workflows, marketing.
Boom. Drop the mic at this point. Holy smokes. My brain I'm throbbing. I'm pages and notes. So this is amazing. And I think, for those that they're selling software as a service, they're selling SaaS, they are selling marketing services, they are selling coaching services, they're taking on clients and servicing them within the high level community. We're all selling our superpowers. And what you're sharing with all of us is how to amplify the selling of your superpowers. If you're a guru and you have strategy around all of our features in high level and you're excellent and you commit hours and hours in your craft, then you deserve, correct me if I'm wrong, you deserve to put yourself out there enough for people to come to you organically and say, hey, can you help me with this? I know you are the expert. And that's what I feel like that's the point you're trying to get across. And sometimes when it sounds too good to be true, it's just, it can't be that easy, right? So
well, and that's
whatever
why
you're
I tell
good at,
people it takes work, obviously, but when you have a right platform and when you have help and you have a proven process that's worked, it isn't as hard as it seems, is all. So I never want to make it sound too easy. I hate those people that are like, oh my God, I work 1 hour and make $1 million. Like, no, I mean, but every business takes work, and people want to have all the great stuff, but they don't want to do the work. And, to do less work and to spend less money and less time, you follow a proven model.
Yes. Period. That's why people buy franchises and they buy different, processes and coaching services. So thank you so much for the amount of value you've shared with us here. And for those that are just jumping in, maybe halfway in, we've gone over a wealth of information that complements using high level as your platform to either market your business or market customers that trust you and their businesses. And what Krista's been going over here is how to build your brand or how to build your customer's brand, how to position the storyline so it's valuable and effective. And Krista, you've been generous enough to include some bonuses at KristaMashore.com/GHL. Yesterday, you touched on some success work. You referred to it as. There was part of that course.
It's in here. Yeah. So if you go to this, go high level. Wait a minute. Which is it? I need to find the right one.
It was the one where you had like the listings.
GHL. The success work is in there for the client avatar sheet. So if they go to KristaMashore.com/GHL,
it was under the 7-figure, right? The top left one.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, cool.
I was trying not to show it too much because I didn't want to take away from your guys' stuff.
No, this is important because that part there is something they can start working on now.
Yeah. So what I would say is you want to go through the client avatar deep dive. It's not the client avatar bot, but when you're going through the client avatar deep dive, all those questions got built into a client avatar bot, and that's how I made the bot, right? So that you don't have to do all this hard stuff. It's way easier for you, and it just starts to create everything for you. I mean, just recently I had a coach and one of my team members, they were like, do the research on your avatar. And I did it like so quickly. And one of my team members said, that's cheating. And I go, no, it's not. Like this is like taking all the information that I fed into it and making it more exact. I never would have been able to come up with the information it came up with because it was a new avatar. It did it very, very quickly. So that's that. And then, so KristaMashore.com/go high level, start reading the Stop, Snap, and Switch book. If you're selling high ticket or webinars, watch the $1 Million a Month model, and then go and sign up for Go High Level. You got the automations and the workflows with all the bonuses. And again, it's free for 2 weeks. Oh man, I wanted to be able to show you.
This is 30 days. For them, it's 30 days, which is
30 days. Yes, let me go back to the top. So they can see it all. See all my slides, everybody? Just let you know, I was spending a ton of time on that. So you got the automations and bonuses, a 30-day free trial from them, right? We're going to give you the authority funnel snapshot and the strategy behind it, which is really, really important. We're going to give you our indoctrination emails, the campaign workflows for your content building. On top of that, we're going to give you the Indoctrination email workflow. It helps you build trust and belief and helps your leads convert. We're going to teach you the Facebook brand strategy, like literally step by step. We just completed it this week. It's super fresh, hot off the press. How to get views, engagements, watch time, reach, the exact strategy behind it, before, during, and after, how to retarget people, our swipe folder of our highest converting ads, my video weapon training. I'm redoing this, so that's not complete yet, but it will be. I wanted to make sure it was new and relevant, so I've got it like over the next week or two. We're going to keep adding to this portal for you guys. We're going to keep adding to it to help you. Our ideal dream client bot, our content creator bot, replays of the brand authority accelerator, our value creation workshop training, the workbook, and you can follow me.
Amazing. Now let's, and thank you again. If you're not following Krista, definitely, staying in communication here, right? Let's talk about tomorrow here. Tomorrow, day 3, our final day, weeks gone by. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about indoctrination, trust, and belief business. And we put some bullet points here that we're going to be touching on. There's a lot more within these bullet points, but the ones that I have listed here is building belief and certainty, authority building marketing materials, how to leverage the books, the PDF, the mini courses, the opt-ins, what is the indoctrination workflow that you'll be receiving, and then marketing momentum and the matrix associated with it. So how do we take everything we've taken across days 1 through 3, put it to work, and then go to market? And that's tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Krista Mashore, myself, our audience members, we're hoping that you're able to jump on here with a fresh sheet of paper and get ready to start planning your ascension. Start planning what you're going to start putting into effect after the training's over, and build upon it evergreen as you grow your business, or if you're an agency or a software as a service provider, your customers' businesses as added value. Krista, any closing remarks before we wrap up and let the guests go?
Nope, I'm excited. One thing we're going to go over tomorrow too is like more video content, like ideas, and I'll teach you a quick strategy that you can utilize right away to start generating more leads to help fill pretty much anything. So, and it's simple, cost no money.
Go High Level community, new visitors, new guests. Thank you for being so generous with your time. We're going to let you go. We're going to head out. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, John. Good job.